The streamer I like just went live. I'm not going to mention that on stream because
Well,
I.
great. I started the stream when you said
Oh. No.
I'm not gonna say that. The stream is
Why did you
fucking
start the fucking stream right then and there?
It's been long
Oh my
enough.
God. Oh, I'm still negative.
Yeah, we never fixed that. You're still like something's medically wrong with you.
Can I take some pills before the stream starts?
The stream has been on for 30 seconds. Here.
I mean, like the activities start before we get down to business,
Here,
you know?
Tell me a number between 3 and 1.
3 and 1, 2?
2. Okay. So your gamma's being set to 2. Then a number between 4 and 0.
4.
Okay, your contrast is full. A number between 1 and 0.
1.
Okay, brightness full. A number between 5 and 0.
4.
You're not fixing any of it. Number between 0 and 180. Sorry, I meant negative 180 and positive 180.
Okay, negative 180 and positive 180. How about 0?
Okay. A number between 1 and 0.
0.
That was the opacity slider.
Oh my fucking God.
You're fucking gone, Purea.
Disappeared. I can't even see it yet. It hasn't happened.
Okay. Here, I'm going to be nice and set you back to 1. Okay, Purea.
Holy
I
shit.
let you take some pills. This
I just shoveled a bunch of pills in my mouth and now I look closer to how I used to look. I look like a Muppet, but at the very least...
I think the main problem is gamma is at 2 and saturation is at 4.
What if we swap them?
Oh, okay. Saturation at 2 and gamma at 4.
Yeah, let's see if that fixes anything.
Okay. I don't even think gamma can go to 4, but I'll try. You're a fucking ghost.
I can't wait to see this.
Can't fucking wait.
Good. Oh my fucking... What the fuck happened? Oh my God! Jesus Christ! I really did turn into a fucking ghost.
Purea, this isn't going well.
The more pills I take, the worse it gets.
Okay, I'm going to let you re-roll the gamma value. 0 and 3.
0?
There. Just gotta wait 13 seconds for it to show up on Purea's screen.
Even with my fucking low latency toggle.
Yeah, the delay is still only 3 seconds before OBS sends it out.
Okay, now I look like myself after I died. So like, I've become a human being, but also the ghost of Christmas past.
Here, I think if I turn saturation, saturation up and brightness down. Oh shit.
I can't wait to see how this turns out.
Contrast. Shit, I'm not. Whoa.
Well, we're close. Oh, okay. All right. I can see that we are within. Oh no, you went too far. You went too far.
Saturation. Hue shift. No hue shift. No hue shift. I'm
How are we
trying.
gonna get me back?
I'm trying to repair you, Purea. Don't worry. Um.
Oh no, I'm green now.
When the fuck were you? I think gamma might be too low. Oh. Ah, I
I keep waiting with
put
bated
that
breath while
there.
refreshing stream.
Put that there. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, we're damn close now.
Okay.
We are pretty damn close.
I feel like if I fuck with it any longer, it's just going to break things. So this is what you look like.
Manageable.
You kind of look like yourself if you had shaders on.
Yes, I look like Purea with Minecraft shaders on.
Yeah, I'm also just going to move you down so people can see more of the screen.
All right.
You're some eyes. Anyway, you brought me here telling me you had something you wanted to do.
Yes. We've
Yes.
talked almost every single one of these streams. We've talked about an anime that I watched. It tends to be Engage Kiss. Sometimes it's other animes, but officially most of the animes, like I would say 90% of them, have officially finished for the summer season. So I figured since we always talk about what animes I'm watching, I'm gonna do a full season roundup. Every anime that I watched.
I'm so excited. We have Purea here on the screen.
I also I quickly haphazardly found this weird HTML star rating system. So I'm going to be rating each of these animes out
It
of
does
5
not
stars.
show up on stream well at all.
What does it look like on stream? I have to wait for. Oh
Do
my
not-
god, you're hidden behind. Okay,
This looks like a fucking HTML mess.
it is. It really fucking is. All right, see, like it's hidden behind your head. It would be great if it was on the other side. Actually,
It would be great if
is there any way for me to
the
fucking
rest of the site
flip
didn't
it?
look like hot garbage.
Dog shit, yeah. I wish I could find a fucking better one. This
Can't
is
you
the
just
only
find
one
one
I've
of those like tier list creators?
You're right. Hold on. I might be able
Or
to
you
find
could just
one of those
open
tier
Google
list
Docs
creators.
and
And
make a
just-
tier list there. Or MS Paint.
Okay. We'll see what I can swing. In
Okay.
the meantime, we're gonna go back to this screen.
I mean, we've been live for 8 minutes.
Yeah, we have.
Shit, we need to DM someone the link to this stream.
Yeah, we forgot to tell fucking our only one fan.
Our fan. Where's my fucking phone so I can do the thing? Going off the screen, so my model's freaking out. There it is. Okay, so whilst I do that, tell me, what is Isekai Meikyu de Harem wo?
Okay, so first of all, it's pronounced O. The W is silent.
Ah. Okay.
Second of all, I have already talked about Isekai Meikyu de Harem o. It is the harem anime that didn't actually contain a harem. I will. Hold on. Let me
I do
pull
not
up.
remember if you actually talked about that on stream or if it was after last stream.
No, I'm pretty damn sure it was on stream. It's just I feel like maybe you weren't there, possibly.
Oh no, I remember you talking about it.
Okay. I feel like it was on stream. I pulled up. Okay, I'm gonna read the description because they gave it here. Struggling with life and society, this dipshit, I don't give a shit, wanders about the internet, lands on an odd website. The website features a number. This, by the way, is literally just a description of the first 5 minutes. It has nothing to do with the rest of the fucking story. Transported to a game-like fantasy world, reborn as a strong man who can claim idol-level girls, thus beginning the cheat and harem legend of a reborn man.
I really need like a tired face or like a resting bitch face button, but
Yeah.
sadly I don't have it.
Yeah, you have to make it physically.
I'm
So-
either smiley or I'm just really fucking angry.
The first thing that you need to know about this anime is that it actually is 18 plus. It is graphic sort of porn levels, hentai levels.
Okay.
That's just important so you don't go like watching this thinking that it's family friendly, even though it's a fucking
It's a
harem.
fucking harem.
But it's like it's worse than most harems. You can find a censored version online, but it is easier to find the uncensored version
I
online.
thought he never gets any girls. How can it be porn level if he keeps failing so hard?
Well, he keeps having sex with the same girl.
Just the one?
Just the one. Just the fucking one.
Like normal people?
Yeah. The entire. Well, okay. So let's hold back on the normal. Let me get through the actual plot of this before we start describing our characters, because it has a trope that you very much will hate, because I've heard you talk about it before.
Okay.
So the anime begins with him signing up for an online isekai fantasy MMO. But it transports him. It transports him to a real isekai fantasy world. He wakes up in a barn with a sword, and then he steals a farmer's shoes.
Okay.
Afterwards, he finds out that while he's inside of the the isekai world, all of the blood and violence that's usually in-game interactions is real. And
Fucking
he immediately fucking violently murders and eviscerates a couple bandits, and then has a contemplation about the meaning of life, because there was a lot of blood when he killed those people.
The writing staff must have felt really clever. Also, hi Tibbs. Welcome.
Is Tibbs here?
This isn't like a continuation. This is Purea's anime list.
Yeah.
I'm mostly just getting through that anime list in my fucking spare time. What
This
little I
is
have.
this is specifically for this season. So this past season, summer 2022. Each of these animes just finished
Yeah.
within the past month.
We're going through them because Purea has thoughts.
I have thoughts
Anyway,
on all of them.
the authors must have thought themselves really fucking clever when he considered his actions like a normal person would.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What happened next?
This is where shit gets actually bad. So after murdering those people, he takes their hands or whatever as proof that he killed them, and each bandit has a bounty on their head. So he has to go to a main city to get the bounty.
Okay.
And when he goes to the main city to get a bounty, he is immediately coerced by a slave trader into entering the slavery hall.
Oh fuck! I see where this is going.
He is then
Oh.
convinced. He is then convinced by the slave trader to use the money he got from bounties to buy a sexual slave.
And that's the only person they have.
Yes, yes. He keeps
The
for the
only
rest of the-
person who stayed with him through the whole anime only did it because she was a fucking slave?
Yes. And honestly, it's worse because when he does actually eventually get more women in his harem, they're also all slaves.
No. No.
Yeah,
And
it's bad.
do they play this completely straight?
Oh, they play it worse than straight. They show the slaves as liking him a lot.
Oh,
and being happy
No.
about their slavery.
No.
It's the worst. Really.
No.
Remember what you hated about Black Summoner? It's like that, but on a
Oh,
whole different. It's like fucking
God.
Benjamin Franklin levels.
That's that's awful.
Yeah, and like I said before, he doesn't actually really ever get a harem. It's he has sex with the same slave the entire runtime
Mm-hmm.
until the last episode. That's it.
And you watched and you saw the first episode where that happens and decided to keep watching?
I really like shitty animes, and you're gonna realize that as we go on, I really like animes that are so bad because I honestly have such morbid curiosity for how low it can go.
That's really bad.
This
It
one's
has a
pretty bad.
fucking 7.5?
Yeah, I don't know why. So I'm gonna go ahead and give my review of this, by the way. It's using this shitty. So this one,
Here we go. Move out of the way. One
yeah,
moment.
go
There,
ahead,
I'm
move out of
gone. Let me just break my neck.
the way. This one, even if we take for granted that it wanted to be an isekai harem, and we ignore all the problematic nature with that on its own, we just completely drop all of the external criticisms of this anime.
Mm-hmm.
In internal criticisms, taking the anime at its own fucking word, it is still bad because it's not a harem, and so it gets like half a fucking star. I
don't
can't do
even have
half,
to
but
move
like
my head
less than
like that. Also,
less than that.
a John Brown isekai to juxtapose all of these motherfucking slave harem animes. An isekai where John Brown gets reborn and has to go after bland anime protagonists for doing
Mhm.
slavery because that's just a thing anime does now.
It says it so often. I mean, we're going to talk about Black Summoner coming up soon, and that's going to be another one.
This was a real downer of a start.
Yeah, I didn't think that this was going to be the first one, if I'm completely honest. I thought this was going to be in the middle there. This was a bad start. I should have chosen a different one. All right, what's the next one?
My
Oh, this is going to be hard too. Just read the English title. You get it.
My stepmom's daughter is my ex. Oh, this kind of sounds like, you know that song, I Am My Own Grandpa?
Yes.
I'm not
Yeah.
immediately against it if it goes that route.
Uh-huh.
Does it go that route?
Okay, so just spoilers. At the end, the only other girl who's interested in the main character, he turns her down, and he decides to spend the rest of his life caring about his sister, who is his stepsister, I should say, because it's whole stepmom thing. The anime is mostly about their lives before they were sister and brother, but it's heavily focused on the fact that they still like each other even now that they are. So most of the anime is focused on the is my ex part, but then towards the very end they start to get into the stepmom's daughter part. But for the most of its runtime, it's mostly focused on the relationship they had before they were siblings.
Okay. How was that part, at least?
It was fine. Like, if you ignore the stepmom's daughter part, just as a pure romance, it was all right. I liked the ending a lot. It sounded nice. I judge a lot of animes based on music. You're gonna notice that maybe a little bit as we keep going.
Okay.
I will mention OPs and EDs. I really like music, and I tend to watch shitty animes if the music is good. By the way, for Isekai Harem, that one didn't have good music. It sucked. So it was bad all around.
I expected that. Twitch is about to make Tibbs create a commit war crimes. It's been all
Uh-huh.
fucky wucky. What's going on, Tibbs?
What's going on?
How many stars do you rate
Oh, I
the
opened the
stepmom?
wrong tab.
Um,
Oh, let me. Yeah. Okay. So, like I said before, if you ignore the step sibling
you can
thing,
just say it out loud. This doesn't even save the amount of stars for all of them. It's not like we can look at this afterwards. What's the fucking point of this shitty fucking website?
I see. It's visual. We're
Uh,
fucking streaming. There's a visual element.
okay, just have to
Shut the
break my
fuck up.
neck.
Trying. I am
Rate the
fucking
show.
trying.
I can't breathe.
3.5. 3.5 stars.
You
Because
have you
I
have
said
full stars. So 4?
I can't do a half. 3.5 stars. The reason is because as a romance anime, it's fine. Like it's actually pretty. I would say it's a 4-star romance anime. It's just that he's constantly choosing his stepsister over every other girl involved.
Okay.
So 3.5.
So this is still an above average anime to you.
Yeah, I would say that. If you're willing to look past the stepsister part, it's like actually not the worst anime I've ever watched. It's pretty good.
Banjo music intensifies. Sweet home Alabama.
So yeah, no, it's a fairly run-of-the-mill romance anime. Where did the kazoo come from?
Where the skies are so blue.
I didn't read this. You can read this if you want to. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna stop
A
reading
boy
those.
and a girl started dating in middle school. They were lovey dovey at first, but due to a misunderstanding over something trivial, they started feeling more frustration than excitement. In the end, it doesn't even matter. Next anime.
All right. Next one. Oh, Isekai Oji-san. Holy fuck. Okay, this is a good anime that I can
Okay.
talk about.
Okay?
This is a very like the summary of this is all bullshit. By the way, you don't have to read any of this. This is
Autumn
it's
2017. Hit by a
you
truck when he
really
was 17
don't
years
need
old,
to.
Takafumi's uncle suddenly awakens from a coma that lasted 17 years. When Takafumi visits him in the hospital, he sees his uncle muttering nonsense, declaring that he has returned from another world named Gran Bahamel. Clearly, his uncle has lost his marbles. Uh, Takafumi's lost for words. But his uncle proves his claim. Oh, you scrolled down. Proves his claim of being in another dimension by using some magic. I'm reading this off of the screen where my head's in the way. So, my head's sideways whilst I'm reading this. Um, and by using some magic, deciding to use his uncle's powers to earn a living, and with no other relatives to call upon, Takafumi takes him in and they begin to share an apartment together. While living with his uncle, Takafumi learns of some of his fantastical adventures and his boundless love of Sega video games. But at times, his uncle's lonely and cruel experiences fill Takafumi with both joy and sadness. Two men of different generations work hard to be video content creators. Oh God, they're us! Ah!
Yeah, they're
Ah!
YouTubers. Okay, so the plot of this anime is very basic. They fuck around with a bunch of different ideas. Like there's a small romance that happens at one point, and there's also their whole like they're content creators on YouTube. But all of that is just fluff. The
Okay.
main bread and butter of this anime is these two characters here ask the OG-san, the uncle, what it was like for him to be in the other world. He tells them a story that is equal parts hilarious and depressing about how his interactions with the people in the other world were marred by the fact that everyone hated his guts, and the people that did actually genuinely like him to the point of having romantic feelings for him he just simply didn't fucking care about them. So he constantly brushed them off. So anytime he meets a person, they either hate him or he hates them. And that's the exclusive fucking point of every story he tells. And every single episode is him retelling another story that's supposed to be part comedy, part tragedy.
Tibbs is really into their John Brown isekai, but all of their streams
Idea,
have been lagging.
they
to
just keep
shit.
going.
They just keep going. I think by the end of this stream, I'll read out their entire like plot synopsis they've made for it, and then it'll go into production with the fucking Saho production company, and it'll go the same way
We
as
have
the
a
visual
production
novel.
company?
Yeah.
Damn. I should can I get like a fucking phone line for those people?
I'll need to get a burner.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll wait.
Yeah. I'll go to a 7-Eleven.
All right. Is that all we needed? Oh no, I needed to rate this one. 5 stars.
5 stars.
It's very funny. I like it. At worst, 4.5 stars.
This anime is one of the best animes Purea has ever seen.
It's funny. I like it. I think it's also on Netflix. I think yeah, it is. It's on Netflix. It's funny and you can watch
its
it.
Rating?
No, it just makes it easier to watch for
Buddy,
a US audience.
Easy to watch.
Yeah, I
Me.
mean, if you,
Yar har.
all right, all right.
Yar.
Moving on. This is a couple of cuckoos. Oh boy, this one's kind of hard to explain. Go ahead and read the. It's cuckoos.
Couple of cuckoos mixed up with another family's child as a baby. High school student Umino Nagi is finally meeting his biological parents. On the day of their meeting, he happens to encounter Jesus! What the fuck are you doing here? A high school student of a prestigious
Is
and wealthy
Jesus
girls'
in
school.
the fucking chat?
No, Amano, the name. Jesus is not awake yet.
That's what I thought.
They're fucking comatose.
All right. Okay.
At her request, he's half forced into pretending to be her boyfriend so she can avoid marrying her fiance. However, not only were they the babies who'd been mixed up, they're also engaged to each other. Oh. I'm a bit confused. Okay.
I'll explain it.
I'm thinking, is the main character and the girl the ones that are mixed up, or is the girl and her fiance the ones that were mixed up?
I'm going to explain this very simply. So, this is Amano Erika, and this is Umino. Yeah, this is Umino Nagi. These two were mixed at birth.
Okay.
As simple as it comes. Her parents have raised him, and his parents raised her. And when the parents find out about this, they both have a sit down at a restaurant and discuss what they want to do about it. They are both very interested in meeting their lost child, but they don't want to give up the child that they raised from birth. So they decide that the only way to fix this is by merging the two families, and the easiest way to do that is to have them both get married. If they end up getting married, then his birth parents become his step parents, and her birth parents become her step parents. So they engaged them. Was all it was.
Isn't the term parents-in-law if it's through marriage?
Yeah, you're right. I used the wrong term, but
if it's step parents, it gets back to that other anime.
It's not step parents. I used the wrong word. But yeah, no, their big grand plan is because their son was mixed up with a girl at birth. They just want her to marry their son so that they're all one big family.
Do they just not like each other in that way then? And
no, they actually like each other a lot.
Okay.
They're like close friends. They just don't want to get married.
What's this part about so she can avoid marrying her fiance?
That is him. But she okay, so at this point in the story she doesn't know. When Erika first meets Nagi, she thinks that
Ah.
Nagi yeah, she thinks Nagi's just some guy. And she says, "Hey Nagi, there's this guy that I'm supposed to marry. I haven't met him yet, but he must be some sort of fucking asshole." And Nagi says, "You know what? If that guy turns out to be an asshole, just punch him straight in his fucking face and then walk away." And so when they later meet, Erika sees Nagi and she's like, "Nagi, I'm sorry, but you told me to punch you in the face." And then she does it. She just fucking hits him.
Who are the other two fuckers in this picture?
All right, this is
Uh,
where shit gets.
Purple
Remember
hair
those?
and British.
This is Nagi's sister. So
Okay.
he was switched at birth. So biologically, these two are related. They're biological sisters, but she was raised with him. So they're like actual brother and sister in the most meaningful sense, right?
Okay, and is it the other way with purple hair?
No, purple hair is just Nagi's crush. So the entirety of the anime, even though like Erika is his fiance, Nagi's like, no, I'm going to marry this one. But the issue is
Okay.
she is also engaged to a different man.
Does she want to be engaged to that man?
No, she doesn't.
This whole anime is just a fucking mess.
Yep, it is kind of. So the relationship chart goes like this. These two are siblings.
Okay.
These two are also kind of like they're biological siblings. These two are engaged. This girl is engaged with someone else who we actually never see. Like he never matters. He never shows up on screen. Nagi likes her. Technically speaking, she kind of likes Nagi, but that's up in the air. She it doesn't matter. Anyway, so that's basically
How does
this
it
is
turn
what shit
out?
gets.
Who the fuck does he marry?
Well, actually,
No one?
the last two episodes haven't aired yet, or if they have aired, they hold on. Let me check. Oh shit! They only just came out. So the last two episodes just came out. I haven't watched them yet.
Both in the same day. Must have been like a double special.
Yeah, we had this conversation before stream.
I thought you were talking about like two episodes that just aired for a new show.
No, it's for
starting
this
special?
one. It's
Okay,
no,
so
this
it's an ending
it was
special.
an ending special.
Ending special.
Anyways, I don't know how it
Also,
ends.
we don't
but
talk at all before the streams. Just if you're interested, chat. We stay completely silent. This is entirely a work relationship.
we're not friends off stream. This is all pretend.
Yeah, no. Purea is fine, but I just can't deal with them more than I have to.
Shut the fuck up, asshole. To give you an answer to your question, though, all the way up to episode 22, there is no shaking out. The situation just gets
Okay.
more and more complex as time goes on.
Yep.
It never gets resolved.
I hope the ending doesn't resolve it and they all die.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a romance anime and I'm gonna have to watch it event 24 episodes. Oh.
Okay, so
It's gonna
one
be a
last thing
fun
about this
show.
anime that's worth noting.
Mhm.
There was this hilarious fucking scene where his biological father, the man who raised this one, sort of tells him that all that they care about, the only thing that they care about, is that the two families get into one big happy family. It doesn't matter how that happens. And so, technically speaking, he's engaged to her, but if he married his sister, then that would also be fine, because that would mean that, like, legally on paper, the families are combined. And he just drops that as an option. And at the exact same fucking time, this purple-haired girl just sort of like goes, you know what? What if Nagi married his sister in a completely different fucking like part of the country? She wasn't even associated. She was just thinking about that on her own for no reason.
Okay, fine, anime. Why has like every anime except the uncle one had something to do with incest?
It's because that's just that's the way that anime is going these
God,
days.
what the fuck? I thought. Remember when My Sister Can't Be This Cute was like a big scandal?
Yeah, now it's the
It's
norm.
every fucking anime now.
Yes.
I hate
Yes.
this. This is
Yes.
awful.
Yes. Okay. So anyway, as for the rating,
Let me move.
3.5, because it's not bad, but it's also it drags. It fucking drags
Yeah, it's
a
24
little bit.
episodes.
And nothing happens. Nothing of substance happens
I
in those
feel like
24 episodes.
it should only be 12 episodes. That would probably make it feel less draggy.
I agree. It drags way too much. Next one. Oh, I didn't talk about this because you didn't want me to talk about this.
Yeah. I really liked Shadow's House. Shadow's House is
Mhm.
great. I do not want to learn about the second season.
Okay, so would you rather I just skip this one?
First of all, here you can just give it a star rating without telling me any reason why.
Yeah, okay.
Second of all, hey, stream, if you have like maybe like a spare day, I do. You should watch Shadow's House.
Mhm.
You can just go through the whole show in a day.
All
Do the
right.
first season in the morning, second season in the evening, then go to sleep and go to work on Monday.
It'd be that easy. It would be
It'd
that
be
easy.
that easy. That's how
All
I'm
right.
getting through every anime ever. I just have basically all of Sunday where I just have to watch anime.
I only watch anime for 2 hours a day, and you're the one over here
have
fucking being like,
one day where I can watch anime Purea. It's probably about the same amount per week.
yeah, probably. Anyway, 5 stars. I think the second season was good.
Oh, that's good. I was scared it would be awful. That's great.
It wasn't awful.
I like to look forward to it, as 5 stars means it is one of the best animes of the season.
Some people say that they didn't like it as much as the first season, but no one says that it's bad. People still think that it's worth
That
5
sounds
stars.
more like a 4-star. 5 stars should be the cream of the crop, buddy.
Fluffy, compared to all of the incest animes?
Do we need to upgrade you to
It's
a 10-star
stars.
system, buddy?
Maybe. Do you want me to go and find another HTML document for 10 stars?
This is a really shitty website. Yeah, maybe. I don't.
Holy shit.
It kind of fucking sucks.
Okay, hold on. I'm ending this stream right now so I can go fix
Shit.
the stars.
You wanna play like this, Twitch? Oh, okay, Tibbs. Okay, Tibbs. Now that Purea's stream died, how you doing? How you doing, buddy? Are you okay? Mentally? Physically? Have you been hit by a car? Maybe like last week on a Thursday, in the capital of Ohio, which... What the fuck is the capital of Ohio? Columbus? Where you work every day, planning to overthrow the government of Ohio. Were you hit by a car in Columbus last Thursday? Was that car a blue Chevy Volt? Yeah, thanks. That's what I thought. Oh, anyway, Purea, whilst we're doing this, I have a small story. So, my village is like, I don't know, it used to be a company town, so it's like back from the Gilded Age. Um,
Yeah.
and there's this store. It used to be the general store for the company town.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's also very old. I used to go by it every day as a small child. Yes, I used to be smaller, Purea.
You did? Then you
Yes.
are now?
Yes. I'm not that small right now. I, I am back. Oh, hi, Tibbs. I totally didn't just have an entire conversation with the abstract concept of you. Like, I'm never going to tell you again what I said to you just a minute ago. You'll never learn what happened in uh, your hometown back on Thursday. Physically, you're fine. Mentally, you ain't one to bring down the vibe of the stream. Bring down the vibe as much as you want. The vibe is utterly rancid every stream. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
so Company Town, old general store. I used to walk by it every day. It wasn't a general store anymore. It was just some people's house. There were just some really real old folks. They might have been like the last actual owners of an actual store there, huh?
Sorry, I keep trying to... Hold on, just look at this. Honestly. Trying to find a star rating system, this is what I fucking found. Just like an online way for you to look at the sun. Yeah, where am I? Where is this? What the fuck?
It's Columbus, Ohio, where Tibbs is from.
Oh
This is where
shit! You
they
can
were
see
hit by a
the entire
car.
Earth. Look, it's like in fucking Katamari Damacy or whatever. Dude, this reminds me of fucking Outer Wilds. This is like when you're 10 feet off the planet's surface. Dude, and then you look up and see the fucking sun.
What's that thing next to the sun? Venus? Damn.
Yeah, and Mercury's up there too.
How the shit did you find this? Just find a
I don't fucking know.
go to a fucking tier list site. That's going to be easier.
Okay.
Anyway, I need to go look at You weren't hit by a car, but given the skills of the drivers in Ohio, it's a wonder that a car hasn't crashed through my room's walls. Holy shit, stream delay is all fucked. The delay is set to 3 seconds. Currently, I've only dropped 2.3% of the frame, so the stream should not be going that slowly. It must be on your end. Because if you're only now getting the car thing, that's worse than how long it takes Purea to see things.
Mm-hmm. It's been taking me some time though.
It
recently.
takes you about 13 seconds. Tibbs is seeing stuff from a minute ago. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, old general store. Yeah, I walked by it every day as a child, going to this weird fucking hippie church. I don't know why I went there. I wasn't religious. The only thing, my mother went there, and she also isn't religious. I'm just really confused. It's not even like a Christian church. I don't actually know what religion it was. But they gave us free goldfish after the service. So that was nice. Oh yeah, anyway, it had a vending machine out front. This vending machine, every once in a while, my mother would allow me to get like one thing from the vending machine, and that was the most exciting thing like 6-year-old Fluffy could ever imagine. A few years later, the owners of that place actually just gave me some old, like, historic newspapers from the 1890s, like local newspapers, and they talked about like the women's right to vote. Should women have the right to vote? That's what they talked about. You still here, Purea?
I am. I got the anime tier list up, and I'm just like setting it up so I can use it.
Okay, don't worry. I can ramble forever. It's Twitch Fluffy. Damn it, Twitch. Anyway, so yeah, just recently, or before the pandemic, the store got new owners and was repainted. And then just today, it finally opened. And it is a fucking, like, witch shop? A goth store for witches. And it goes all fucking out. The walls have, like, Victorian wallpaper. They're neon green. The fucking ceiling is painted pitch black and has, like, actual molding in it, like fancy ass fucking molding. They have a taxidermied fox, a bunch of statues of witches everywhere. They have a coffee table at one side of the store, which is a coffin with a skeleton in it. They're selling a shit ton of, like, incense and stuff. It is just the opposite of what I'd expect to ever go in that property. It's fucking wild. They have one of those, like, massive skeletons out front that's like a story tall. Like, they sell candles shaped like dicks in the old
What
super.
the fuck are you talking about? Jesus Christ.
They have vagina and dick shaped candles. I shit you not. I'm not. My God. It was just. So anyway, I went there, was extremely surprised by all of this, bought only a mortar and pestle, and then left. And that was 2 hours ago. That's the end.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I think I have what I needed to get set up now.
Okay.
So I think I can now. Okay. Turn that on.
Okay.
What the fuck
That's
is
your fucking
this?
camera.
wrong thing.
If something wasn't over it, you would have shown your face to everyone.
Right then and there.
It was completely. Was your thumb over it or like a camera shutter?
No, I have a camera shutter.
Okay, if that wasn't on, you would have doxed yourself.
Absolutely fucking doxed. All right.
You would have ruined your career.
Absolutely.
Okay. Oh
So-
wow, you have this set up quite nicely.
This is everything that we talked about, right? We've talked about only 5 animes.
Okay. Oh wow, you gave both of those S tier, not even just A tier. Cool.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I did do that.
Imagine if your favorite anime ever was on this list, and then you would have to. How would you rate that? Would it be the same rating?
That belongs in A tier because its writing is better than this.
Could you put that in C tier though? I feel like the top of the list is a bit squeezed.
Yeah, maybe. So what if I put this here?
Because like I'm imagining, think of your favorite anime.
Then-
That would
so
go
by
in
that
S tier.
token, this needs to go here.
Yeah, it's the fucking slave rape anime. What?
Yeah,
What
you're
do you
right. Sorry.
expect?
I guess I should have put it there to begin with.
Yeah. Like you're squishing everything to the top of the list. And I'm like, anime isn't that good, buddy.
I'm way nicer than I should be.
Yeah.
By that token, this belongs here.
Okay. Okay.
Because it's like, it's good, it's funny, it's nice, but it's not like, I don't know.
That's what I was saying. Good, funny, nice. Is it on par with your favorite animes?
Yeah, I feel like this is probably good as is because I liked the arc in Shadow House season 2.
Okay.
I really like what it did personally.
Next anime then. What's it
Okay.
gonna be?
I did this one. Oh, Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer. All right, that's this one right here. Pull that to the
What's
front so I can
Lucifer and the
easily.
Biscuit Hammer about?
All right. Did you want to read the description or did you not want to do that? Because I can
Here,
just.
I'm just going to go in and read it. One day, unremarkable college student Yuhi Amamiya meets a talking lizard who asks for his help saving Earth from a crisis. Before he can refuse, Yuhi is turned into a member of the Beast Knights and given a ring that gives him the psychic power Domain Control. He is then immediately attacked by an enemy, but just as all seems lost, he's saved by the girl next door, Sami Dare. But
Hmm.
it turns out, is that how you pronounce her name?
Yeah, actually, kind of.
Sam.
It's an anglicized, but it is correct.
Okay, Sami Dare. I can't fucking word. Please, Purea, help. Um, like I can word if I've seen the show first and know how they say it, but
Don't worry, don't worry. That's like as close as I think your tongue can get it.
how close can your tongue get it?
Probably about as close.
Do I need to roll my R there, Sami Dare?
No, well, that was pretty close. Yeah, that's basically how they pronounce it.
But it turns out Sami Dare isn't really a savior of any kind. She's actually a demon lord who wants to conquer Earth. Drawn to her absurd strength and evil charms, Yuhi becomes her devoted servant and acts to support her wicked schemes.
Okay, so I know by reading that this seems kind of lame, doesn't it?
I don't know, it seems interesting.
It seems interesting. Okay, so this anime, weirdly enough, as much as it is about this, it is mostly about like the traumatic experiences these people have been with through. Like I think one of the most character defining moments for these two, who are the main characters, is when one of their best friends fucking dies. And like they go from being, completely fucking evil to being like evil still, like they don't just change their fucking minds, but now they almost want to be heroic in their villainy. They don't want to just be like evil for the sake of being fucking evil. They just actually think that maybe their ideas are good.
Huh.
Th-
Yeah,
th- this char- this show, this makes it seem like it's very adventure based, and it's not like it's not. It is. It a lot of this show is based around fighting monsters,
mm-hmm.
but the subtext is usually a character drama about people with contrasting ideals about what is a hero and what it means to be good, and the contrasting ideals about literally whether they want to destroy the earth or save
Mm-hmm.
it. It's surprisingly good, much better than you'd think it was. And so when it comes to rating it, I actually would put it in A tier
Okay.
personally.
Okay.
I probably like it as much as Isekai Oji-san.
Yeah.
It's like it's surprisingly thoughtful for what it is. It's much more thoughtful than you'd think going into it.
You have so little faith in me. You're like, oh, it sounds boring. Yeah, this
No, no,
it's
no, 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 no. I've seen the rating that it had. Like here, you can see. Oh
set
wait,
it
seven point
rated
two point seven.
worse than the slave harem anime.
Yes, yes. People didn't like this for some reason. I don't know why. Probably because it's called Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer.
What okay, can you explain the biscuit hammer real quickly?
Okay, so the basic plot, in the most basic terms, is there is a giant hammer that is hovering above the earth, and the person called the Animus, this guy is called the Animus, is threatening to break the world in half using his biscuit hammer. The
What's the biscuit part?
that's just its name. It's called the Biscuit Hammer, but there's no biscuits involved. It's
Are
just
you
called the
on
Biscuit
the
Hammer.
square? Are you on the level?
So
Okay.
it's a hammer that
Mhm.
was bigger than the Earth, and it's threatening to destroy the Earth, and it's called the Biscuit Hammer.
Okay.
The main characters, these two, stand in direct opposition to Animus, Samidare, and then Yuhi. They want to save the world from being destroyed by the Biscuit Hammer so that they can destroy the world themselves. That's the reason why they're the Demon Lord, right? These two don't want the world to be destroyed by the Biscuit Hammer because they want the world to be destroyed by their own hands.
This sounds like a fun show.
The rest of these characters, by the way, every single one of the rest of these characters are like actually in it to save the world. So most of the anime is these two hiding their true ambitions from their closest friends.
Oh. This sounds like a fun anime. I'm gonna look forward to this one.
Yeah.
This one sounds fun. How does it only get
People did not
7.2?
like it for some reason. It's good. I liked it. I do still like it. It's not over yet.
How many episodes is it?
13.
13. Oh, okay. The 13th would be airing like this week then?
Yeah. And that means that I think it'll end this week. Oh, wait, hold on. What the fuck? Episode's 24. Oh, it's going to go on for another season.
Oh shit.
I thought that it was 13 episodes. My bad.
Only
bad.
13 are out at this point. Okay.
So it's not over. It's only halfway through.
I wonder if the second half's going to be as good as the first because there are. Okay, well that anime wasn't even good to begin with. I'm sorry. I was thinking it changed a lot in the second half, but it was never good.
I see. What
I'm
was
thinking
it?
of fuck. You know the one with My Dearest as its opening?
Are you talking about Darling in the Franxx?
No. My
I
Dearest
don't know.
is a song
My Dearest.
that was a famous this anime was released before Darling in the Franxx. At least a
No,
few
wait,
years
never
before.
mind. Yeah.
My Dearest by Supercell. I can remember that, but I can't remember the anime because the song was really good. I remember everyone putting it on like the best anime openings lists because the song slaps.
Hold on. I might be able to pull it up if I go over here and then shit, I have to actually browse. What was Darling in the Franxx? What season was that?
It wasn't the same season. It was before that year even.
Yeah, okay. All
Fuck.
right.
What was its fucking name? It fucking sucked. It was 24 episodes long. He became blind in the end. Bland ass main characters, shitty mech fights. It was a really early anime. I watched the whole thing when I was a youngin', and I think it was one of the first shows I ever watched.
I remember an anime that kind of sounds like what you're talking about, and I think it started with like Kuro or something.
I'm going to be recognizing the anglicized name.
All right. I have no fucking idea what you're talking about.
God. Guilty Crown.
Oh, Guilty Crown.
Guilty Crown.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Guilty Crown started off by sucking, but then it hit the halfway point, and then it sucked in a different way. Yeah? But the opening was good.
Okay. Glad to know that the opening was good.
Yep.
All right, so I did this one.
Anyway,
I don't know anything about Guilty Crown.
Don't watch it unless you like bad Oh, watch it. You like bad anime.
Yeah, okay. I like anime that's bad in a unique way, like an interesting way, like it's a train wreck.
It is kind of
their slavery. That's what I like it when they do something so abhorrent that I can literally just tell someone the plot of the anime and they go gross.
I think it's been years. I could not bring myself to watch it again. I watched like half the first episode and then had to stop
Uh-huh.
recently, but it might be that bad because it's real shitty. It's real
Uh-huh.
shitty, and it. The thing is, it tried to do something. It didn't try to be like your basic mech anime. It tried to like put morals and shit into it. Um. Oh yeah, there's a nation. There's a worldwide virus in it. Which is only notable because of the current events.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. The main character literally becomes evil halfway through, and they
I
try to do
see.
like they try to put morals in the show,
Uh-huh.
and do like philosophy. I think. Yeah, it's wild. It
Sounds like
sucks.
a hoot.
It's as far as I remember, it is kind of a hoot.
I
Also, I don't
see.
think they give their female lead any agency.
Like I did not expect them to. Even the best animes don't have female
I
leads
think
with
she
agency.
dies by the end. They kill her off.
Holy shit. Yeah, that's what you'd expect.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this is
Shine
Shine Post. Shine Post is an idol anime, and
I
a lot of
expect.
people a
I
lot of
ex-
people don't like idol animes. I'm gonna tell you right now.
I don't like it. I don't like idol animes.
My favorite genre of anime is idol anime. I genuinely am an idol anime fan. For real, for real. I watch basically every idol anime.
Okay.
I haven't watched some of the big ones like Love Live yet, just because I haven't gotten to it yet, but I'll watch
Okay.
every new idol anime. So,
The
Shine
only
Post.
idol anime I've ever been interested in watching is that zombie one.
Oh, yes. There are 2 seasons to that. Zombieland Saga.
Yeah, so I'll eventually watch that. I remember when it released, and the whole thing was they did not tell anyone it was about zombies.
Until, like, it came out.
Yeah, yeah. And then a few years later, I kept hearing about out the trans girl in it,
Yes.
and I
Yeah.
saw a few clips from it, and it seemed funny.
No, it's amazing. Actually, if we were reviewing fucking that, then
actually-
it would easily be S tier.
When
Even,
I
even the second season. The
When-
second season of Zombieland Saga is still S tier.
when I first heard of Zombieland Saga, I didn't know it was an idol anime, so I got through the first episode, and then he's like, "You're gonna be an idol." I'm fuck this shit. I don't care about musicians.
You're
Fuck
a bad
you.
person.
One moment, I have to go check on something. I think this might be
Okay.
Purea's alone time. Oh, I have an
Maybe.
idea for your alone time. You can talk about idol anime all you want. Just go
Oh
off.
my god!
Just
Just
go
for
fucking
me?
off. Just for you.
Yes, finally, without judgment.
Without judgment, talk about idol. I was going to bring you all the way up on screen, but then I realized you ended. Okay.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna go see what I look like on stream. See if I can reload the stream. So, yeah, no, that's gonna take too long. I feel like. So I'll read this in lieu of Fluffy. Fluffy's been reading all the fucking idol or all the anime descriptions. Although the idol group Tings is chasing after big dreams, so far their accomplishments have only been small, and now suddenly they're faced with a potential breakup. Hope seems lost, but when a new manager with a special skill set takes them under his wing, the members of Tings find themselves shooting for the stars all over again. Yeah, no, that's a pretty basic description. The group, as funny as it fucking looks, when you look at this like poster, you can see Hyrain is like in the forefront. It almost seems like they're the idols that they're talking about. No, the idol group they're talking about is down here. This is Tings. fucking the 3/5 rule or whatever the fuck, the rule of thirds. Sorry, the rule of thirds is completely broken by this fucking image. 2/3 of this image are taken up by side characters that aren't even actually in the anime. Their idol group is referenced in the anime. They talk about this group, but they're not in the anime. None of these characters actually matter. It's these characters that matter down the fuck here. I have never seen this poster in particular. I saw a much different poster. Let me see if I can pull up the poster. Oh wait, a new episode hasn't come out in a while, so I have to like yeah, here we go. This is the actual. This is the one that I've been accustomed to. This one works. It's got like the fucking logo. It's got the main girls. This is some Japanese shit. I could probably read that, but I'm not going to. But this is just completely fucking off. This one doesn't make any sense. Like, why are they so small? That's me done fucking complaining about this poster. The plot of the anime is pretty much this. A small idol group consisting of 3 girls, these 3 in the middle, gets told that their accomplishments are not very good, so they're going to be disbanded if they don't do something about it. But to help them do something about it, the studio hires a new manager. And the weird thing about this manager is that for some reason he has the magical supernatural ability to tell when someone is lying with 100% accuracy. And the way that they visualize this on screen for us is that anyone who's lying literally shines, like with a weird aura around them. When push comes to shove, the manager doesn't want to get back into the idol industry. He has no fucking desire to do anything with or about Tings. So he just says, fuck it, no. And the first episode consists of them just trying to convince him to help them at all. In the end, the reason he decides to help them out is because he asks the 3 main girls. I'm going to use the other poster because it's just easier. He asks the 3 main girls, these 3, what they want to do by being idols, like why they chose to become idols in the first place. And these 2 here lie to him, and he can tell automatically. But this one in the middle, she tells the truth. And just because she told the truth, simply for that reason, he decides to help them out. And the rest of the anime is focused on them just slowly growing as idols. You'll notice that these other 2 here are here, but they aren't in the initial 3. They just weren't there. That's because of some other bullshit that happened. The original group, which consisted of 5 members, broke up under some pretenses, under some conflict. And part of the most recent episodes, because this anime is not in, how many episodes is it going to have? 12? It's not done yet, and it takes a long time for new episodes to come out. They've been skipping episodes for a couple weeks now, I think. But up to the most recent couple of episodes, the main plot has been trying to get the 5 members of the band back together. And that's basically the plot. It's like the weird thing for me personally is the fact that the guy has a supernatural ability to tell when anyone's lying, and they like rarely ever use that, because when you get down to brass tacks, it really is just an idol anime. So like, why would supernatural abilities factor in at all? They like gave him this supernatural ability, and he uses it for like the first couple of episodes, but it's like really a thing that they put on the back burner, because like that's not actually that useful in an idol anime. It might be very, very useful for him in personal life, but like sometimes I wonder whether they should have just not given him that supernatural ability at all, because it kind of is the one weird thing that takes this very grounded story to Mars for some reason, like out of nowhere. This like completely traditional, completely normal idol anime is you remember the fact that it's not normal because he just like has that supernatural fucking power for some reason. They just I don't know why they gave him that ability. I feel like it was maybe not necessary for him to have a 100% super powered accuracy on telling whether someone's lying just so they could get the plot moving. Maybe it'll matter more in the future, but like I feel like maybe idol animes shouldn't have superpowers, just as a baseline. Okay, so I might have just ragged on this anime a little bit, but now that it's come time for me to rate it, where is it? It's down here. It's down here. Not down here anymore. Here it is. I'm putting it in A tier. I really like idol animes, and this one is not the worst that I've ever seen. I think it's actually pretty good. Because when you ignore the superpowers, which really don't end up mattering all that much, the rest of the actual idol parts of the idol anime are pretty fucking good. Like, as an idol anime, it slaps. It's just that they decided to add a weird additional supernatural element for no fucking reason that gives me pause. I would have put this in S tier if it was better. I mean, obviously, what the fuck did I say that? But like there's a couple things about this anime that are weird, but for the most part, it's one of the better idol animes I've ever seen. I like it a lot. But it's just there's just a couple things that are really weird about it that I couldn't overlook. That's most of what I have to say about this anime, and Fluffy is nowhere close to coming back. I would love to move on to the next anime. I might actually be able to, given that this one is also about nothing at all. Is there anything else I can say about this anime? Just to pad for time before Fluffy gets back? I mean, I explained it pretty well. It's a good idol anime. The idol parts are very good. I don't know why the manager is a superhero. That's all I really have to say about it. I'm going to review this without Fluffy because it also isn't that unique in terms of this is a slice of life anime. It's a slice of life anime about girls in a wizard school, but because of the fact that it's mainly slice of life, there's really not much to say about it. I'll read the description. Here in this magic academy city of Ashram, where everyone's required to live in dormitories, a close-knit group of girls known as the Pentagrams pursue their studies, including training in matters of magic to become true ladies. I thought that was a period. That is a comma. Okay. Our story I fuck this up every time I try to read it. The girls in the anime say it so easily. Arsnotoria. Okay, Arsnotoria, one of the students in Ashram, lives in dorm 5 and is always with her dorm mate friends. Mel, who's the life of the party. Petite Albert. They call her Petite Albert. Her name in the anime roughly translates to Small Albert, but I don't know why they call her Petite Albert in this fucking description. They call her Small Al. Why are they translating that as Petite Albert? Anyway, Petite Albert, who's quiet and does things at her own pace. Pikatrix, who wants to be the class president, and Abram. Oh, fucking hell. They all have nicknames in the show that I have gotten way too used to. Their full names are so fucking weird. Abramelon, who's always cool. They take classes and work on their school duties together and throw tea parties after school in that room. Why did they put that in quotation marks? It's just a regular fucking room. There's nothing really that unique about it. Why did they put that in quotation marks? Was there something about that room that I did on while watching the anime that I was supposed to pick up on? All right. We'll share the girls' fun and lively days with you. Yeah, it's just a pretty typical slice of life. I should probably be paying attention to chat. Yeah, no, nothing. Anyway, this is what if I had to describe the plot, it would literally just be a bunch of girls that also happen to be wizards just eat tea and biscuits every episode. There is one really special, cool, and unique thing about this anime, but for the most part, other than that one thing, the rest of it is as run-of-the-mill slice of life as it can be. And for people who like slice of life animes like me, it's really not that bad. It's a pretty run-of-the-mill slice of life anime. It falls into that category that everyone talks about, cute girls doing cute things, and that's literally it for the entire anime. But like for people who don't like slice of life animes, this one is uniquely slice of life, more so than most slice of life animes. Like surprisingly little happens. Despite the fact that it has the tags of fantasy and slice of life, you'd be surprised to learn how very little fantasy actually happens. It really is just an anime simulating the life of a person who eats tea and crumpets every day. And the most consistent thing that they do every episode is just eat tea, or to have tea parties. That's it. The only thing they do consistently is have tea parties. There are other things that they do each episode, but none of them are consistent or guaranteed except for tea parties. And none of them ever amount to all that much in the end. So it really is just a fucking tea party simulator anime. The one thing, though, that makes this anime unique is that every once in a while it has a cutaway. It cuts away from the girls having their little tea parties to scenes like this. I don't know if you can see that. This is a night in the Inquisition, not the Spanish Inquisition, but I think the English Inquisition. I don't know if that's a real thing or if they made it up, but apparently there was in this anime's universe an English Inquisition in which the English knighthoods would go out into the countryside and just murder a bunch of people in cold blood and burn down villages. This has nothing at all to do with these girls whatsoever. But every single episode, they will have at least one, if not sometimes two cutaways to mass graves and bloody, gruesome fucking shit. Like, I don't know why. Because by episode 12, you expect them like to go somewhere. Like the whole point is that you're watching these girls do their little tea parties, and it's all nice and cute and fun. And then in like episode 11 or 12, they get attacked by the knights, and they have to use magic to fend them off. That like doesn't happen. By episode 12, the knights don't even know that the girls exist. So, like, you're left questioning why they had a cutaway every episode. If this is supposed to just be a traditional slice of life, why were they constantly cutting to gruesome fucking Inquisition murder fests every fucking 25 minutes. At least once every episode. I have no fucking clue why they did that. Because it never comes back. It never matters. The entire animation, I almost feel like they included it to pad for time. Like they ran out of so many things that you can make cute girls do for fun. So they just put in some fucking horrific, violent genocide because they had to pad for time. I have no fucking clue why they did that. It never comes back and it never matters, and they never interact with the main cast ever. And so it just makes no fucking sense. This is it. This is it. This is it. No, it's not trash. I was just putting it up there. I liked it, but not that much. So I'll put it in C. It was weird, and it was like okay for a slice of life, but the fact that it kept cutting to the murder fest, to the genocides, that was just a little weird for me. So I'll put it in C. I think that's where it belongs. Oh boy, it would be nice if Fluffy were to show up. Oh no. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to do that. Yes, this one. This one. Okay. Damn. I was hoping Fluffy would show back up by now. I literally got through an entire anime without Fluffy. Oh, thank God! You missed one of the animes. Well, technically two of them, because I rated this one and this one. So these two I got through without you.
No, what were they? Just quickly run me through them.
This is the idol anime that I was talking about. The weird thing about it is that the girl's manager, the idol girl's manager, has a superpower for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
He has the ability to 100% tell with 100% accuracy if someone's lying, and that superpower never gets explained or why he has it or why it matters. It's just an idol anime. Yeah. So like it's an idol anime, but with the one added supernatural element that the main manager of the girls has a superpower, and that's it.
Okay, what was the other one?
This is that one anime I told you about, which is a slice of life about magical girls, but also every once in a while they cut to a genocide.
Gotcha.
Did you remember when we talked about that?
Yeah, I do. I gave you a blank check to talk about any idol anime, and you're like, ah, shit. It's been so long, I'm starving. The moment I get back.
No. I was just continuing because
you have every idol anime in the history of ever to look at.
I had to pull it up, and that would have been way too fucking difficult. Listen, you can give me free reign to talk about anything, but if there's not a visual element, then I'm going to seriously consider whether or not I should talk about it. And also, I am not in the mood to pull up additional content.
For the last
so
4 streams,
I'm too lazy for that.
There's been no visual content at all.
We're adding visual. We're doing it now.
We're not a fucking podcast anymore.
No,
Whoa!
we have visual add-ons now. We're doing it.
Look at my fucking A+ visuals. I have rule of thirds this bitch. Fuck everything. Purea's in the corner. Anyway, what's the next? Is Tibbs still here or is Tibbs dead?
Yeah, Tibbs is here, and Tibbs apparently told me that there was a point at which I showed something to chat, and apparently they can't fucking see it. I have no idea why.
Could you see do you have the stream pulled up so you could just look at if people could see it?
No, I was too busy explaining. I didn't
Okay.
check to see if people could see it.
I pulled you up to so you were at full height basically.
Oh shoot, hold on. Yeah, actually if that appeared on stream,
They would not.
They would have been impossible to like see. Oh boy. If it's on screen now, that's
on
what I was
screen now.
talking about.
I moved you back down. I thought I'd move you up so you would be like visible when it was just you. Oh my gosh.
Okay. All right. Well, that was the visual aid that got hidden behind my head, I suppose.
All of this hubbub about visual aids, and you went on without one.
By mistake, by accident.
Okay, what's the next fucking anime?
Yeah, okay, let's go. This is Kamikuzu Idol.
You could have just gone to the other idol anime whilst I was gone. Now I have to sit through this instead of your genocide.
This
one.
is not an idol anime. This is a comedy anime.
About idols?
Yes.
It's an idol anime.
It's not an idol anime. It's a comedy anime. This is like very much, it does not treat itself like an idol anime.
It's an anime about idols and idol things, correct?
No, that's not what
Okay.
an idol anime is. An idol anime is a feeling. Idol anime is a
God,
vibe.
fuck you.
I am speaking God's honest truth here.
An idol anime is an anime about idols.
No. Idol anime is what idol anime does. It is idol anime is characterized by other idol animes.
Idol anime
it is a
characterized
collective.
by having idols.
No. No. Idol anime is what I think idol anime is. And you, who are not a fan of idol anime, can't tell me shit about idol animes, okay?
Idol animes is animes that have idols in them. That's how
I'm
I
going
know
to
I'm not a
mute
fan of
you.
them. I've watched
Oh my
idol
fucking
an idol
god.
anime. It was a sci-fi idol anime. Where the
What was it
main
called?
girl was an idol and an assassin, and it fucking slapped. But for some reason I dropped it halfway through. I have to pick it up again.
Yeah, what was it called?
I don't fucking remember. It had time travel. It had fucking robots. It had moral dilemmas. It slapped. It fucking slapped.
Sounds awesome. What was it called?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to find it again. It had a really long name that was hard to remember. Okay, tell me about Kamikuzu Idol.
Okay, so did you want to read the description?
Ah, okay. Yes, I am the descriptione reader.
I had to
sorry.
read 2 descriptions without you. You should feel bad about that, honestly.
I'm so sorry. Most idols are fueled by their love of performing before adoring fans. Yuya, however, is fueled by his love of an easy paycheck. Fucking wow. I wonder if real idols are in it for the fans or the paycheck. Yuya is one half of the idol duo Zings, but his supreme laziness, not to mention his disdain for idol fans in general, my man, has him on the brink of getting blacklisted from the business. In a chance backstage encounter, he meets the spectral Asashi, a mysterious former idol who's eager to stage her own comeback by any means necessary, including assuming control of Yuya's willing body and aiming to become the best idol in the world together. Is their zany partnership a match made in heaven, or is it pure idol hell? This is a fucking idol anime. It's a supernatural idol anime.
It is mostly a comedy anime with idol elements. Okay, look at these tags here. No idol. None of them say idol. The first one is comedy.
It has the fucking star thing in the title that all the idol animes do.
Yes, but that's for vibes. It's not. It doesn't make it an idol anime. It's a comedy anime.
About how idol anime is all about the vibes, though.
Yes, but it's a comedy vibe. It's like a parody vibe. This is a parody of idol animes.
Okay. Is fucking Konosuba not itself an isekai, even though it's also a parody?
That's different.
Is it?
Yes, because most isekais are also comedies, but idol anime isn't comedy, so this is different.
Okay then. Is let's say Smells Like Nirvana. Is that not still a rock song even though it's a parody?
No, it's not.
But it has the same music.
Yes, but it's not because it doesn't have the right vibes. It's
What the
rancid.
fuck are you saying? It's rancid? It's Weird Al. Are you
Yeah,
okay? Are you calling Weird Al rancid?
yes, but like with a positive spin. Like it's rancid, dude.
That's what that's what actually rock fans say a lot, especially
I
like
take
metal
back everything I
fans.
just said about Weird Al, simply because it didn't help my point.
Anyway, tell me more about this show.
Yeah, okay. So I don't know if you got this from the description, but the plot is the main character Yuya is an idol, but he really doesn't like being an idol, and he only did it for the money. Meanwhile, this is a dead idol, an idol who died in a car crash, and she absolutely loved being an idol when she was alive. They have such a complete fucking dis. What's the word I'm looking for?
Dysfunctional?
No, what the fuck? I this word. What's the word I'm thinking of? Disconnect. They have such a huge disconnect between the ways that they think about idols that when like Yuya is an alive and functioning idol and Asahi is dead and she can no longer be an idol. And when she hears about the way that he's being an idol with absolutely no passion at all, she gets pissed off at him and simply what's the word? Takes control of his fucking body.
Mm-hmm.
They call it willing here. They say like takes control of Yuya's willing body. The first time it happened, it was not willing. She forced him out, and then she performed as him on stage. And she did this because she likes being an idol. And if he's not gonna like it, then it's not worth, him even trying because he's like tarnishing her good name by pretending to be an idol when she could do it so much better. I'm not describing this very well, but eventually the relationship they build is effectively this: she likes being an idol, and he doesn't like being an idol, and so he realizes that he can still rake in money if she pretends to be him on stage. And the plot of
Okay.
the anime basically follows that. His main goal is to have her perform as an idol in his body so he gets the money as much as possible. And her main goal eventually becomes to turn Yuya into the world's number one idol. And so she also has the added interest in making him perform as himself in his body so that he could become the idol himself without her help. She eventually wants to pass on and leave Yuya in a better place than she was when she died. And he doesn't want that because it means he loses his free lunch.
Okay.
And that's basically the plot of the anime.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty funny. I liked it a lot.
Where does it go on the tier list?
Where does it even go on this? Oh, here it is. This is it. This is a good anime, A tier. Real
Okay.
idol anime, A tier because I like it. Funny idol anime, A tier because it's funny and I like it. Next is Teppen.
Yeah!
You love
Fuck
Teppen.
yeah!
You love
Yeah!
Teppen.
Let's go!
Mother's
Fucking
Basement called this
Teppen!
mid.
Fuck you, Mother's Basement! I'm in a room on the second floor of a house. Fuck you. Teppen is great.
We're going to officially come out and say the Mother's Basement is mid for thinking this anime is mid.
Mother's Basement is fucking mid.
All right. Description.
Ah, yes, that's me.
Yeah, for you. That's for you.
I thought you were just yelling description.
No, that was an intro for you.
Description. Die Hard comedy fan. Oh, it said Die Hard. This must be a Christmas show. Yaoi just enrolled in a private high school in Osaka's Nanbei Entertainment District, famed for launching iconic comedian careers. There, she teams up with her childhood friend and former comedy partner with the hopes of entering a local shopping center's comedy contest. That's when a mysterious girl calls out to them, changing the three's comedic fates forever. This description fucking sucks and does not sell the show correctly.
It's not a good description.
The description should be, you like it. The description should be a shit post.
It should be, actually. Given the actual content of the anime.
We killed the Prime Minister. Watch our show. That's what the description should be.
Yeah, Teppen is a comedy anime. The whole point of Teppen is that each episode is a on-stage stand-up bit. Like, at the beginning of the episode, one of the groups of three, because this show consists of 5 comedy groups, each with their own names, and each comedy group consists of 3 girls. So at the beginning of every episode, a group of 3 will be on stage during a stand-up bit, and they will start telling the story of the episode. And the episode plays out as a stand-up bit that they're telling on stage. And at the end of some of the episodes, it cuts back to them on stage telling the joke.
I feel like your description is hanging too much on the framing device.
Maybe so, but
even though
like
that's
every episode
a minute at the start of the episode
and a minute at the end, sometimes, not every time. But yeah, no, that's the framing device. But like, it sets you up for the idea that like, this isn't a comedy anime with a plot. It's literally just comedy. It's a show where each minute is designed to just be a stand-up bit.
In terms of comedy, it has slightly more plot than like, I don't know, Monty Python.
Yeah, probably. You're right.
Like, that's where it is, and it's funnier too.
I find it quite funny.
Yeah.
It's a comedy anime, and every bit of it is just comedy. So there's not really a plot to describe. So when it comes to rating, I'm gonna put Teppen. I really like Teppen. I think it's funny. But is it that funny?
Teppen. I am a Teppen stan, and I've only seen 1 episode.
I've seen all of the episodes, and I like all. You know what? This might not be morally correct, but I will personally say I like Teppen enough to put it in A tier.
Nothing's morally correct. You're watching anime.
You're right. The first 2 animes we talked about were incest animes.
Yep.
I can't really talk about moral high ground.
I am 90% sure there is going to be more incest anime.
Probably.
Holy shit, right. No one's talking about that one fucking anime I talked about. Like, I am going so far into the search results to try to find it. What's the next one?
Yurei Deco.
Yurei Deco. Okay.
I don't think this description's going to be that useful, but you can go ahead and read it.
Tom
Sawyer.
Tom Sawyer Island is a city with strictly controlled information. The residents of this island use a visual information device called Deco, Decoration Customizer, to go back and forth between the super reproduction space
Okay, so for the
In
sake
virtual
of,
space, there is a numerical social credit.
I'd like to input
among the residents
reproduction here.
measured in
Reproduction
units
talks
called
about
love. The amount of love one gets determines a resident's social standing. That's what the reproduction space is for. And this
no, no,
system is
it's
the
not talking
reason for
about
their peaceful
reproduction.
society. Their peaceful society is entirely caused by the fuck realm.
It's talking like when you reproduce
Shut up,
something on a
Purea. I'm reading
screen.
the description.
It's like
Shush. Shush. I'm reading the description. Collecting a lot of love allows residents to expand their deco capabilities, so residents scramble daily to collect as much as they can. On Tom Sawyer Islands, rumors spread of a phantom zero, rumoring to be causing a zero phenomenon in which love is lost. It's an asexual. One day, a girl named Barry gets caught up investigating the mysterious zero phenomenon of lost love and ends up becoming an invisible being called Yurei. Barry then and meets another Yurei and a genius hacker named What the fuck? Okay. And joins the Ghost Detective Club. As Barry works to solve cases at the Ghost Detective Club, she becomes closer to uncovering the truths hidden on Tom Sawyer Island. These names are fucking wild. What?
yes, they are. Like the whole point of it is that each of the names and characters is supposed to be wild. The plot simplified is effectively this. It's a plot about a totalitarian government. At the beginning of the story, none of the characters realize, for the most part, that they're under a totalitarian rule. The plot of the anime is them chasing down the zero phenomenon, the Phantom Zero, and
Mm-hmm.
slowly uncovering, as they grow closer and closer to the truth,
Mm-hmm.
just how totalitarian the state they live in is.
Hmm. The mandatory fuck zone. Yeah, that sounds totalitarian.
Yeah, it's not. There's no sex in this. Okay, reproduction is like when you reproduce an object on a screen. It doesn't have to do with like.
Yeah, you're reproducing human DNA to get
No,
love
we're
credits.
not talking about that type of reproduction.
Okay.
Anyway, the last episode has probably one of the worst twists because instead of deciding to destroy the totalitarian structure that controls everyone, they just put a good guy at its helm.
Okay.
That's a bit of a spoiler for this show, but they don't take down the government. They just have Hack. The character Hack just becomes the new president, and that's all that changes.
That that sounds like such a great way to change political systems.
Mm-hmm.
Remember
It,
to
it
vote in the
it's
midterms, everyone.
it probably was never supposed to be an allegory for politics, but the thing is, it so totally is. They live in a totalitarian state, and their solution is to just throw out the old ruler and replace them with a new ruler.
Smart, I guess.
Anyway,
I
if I
found
had
the
to
show.
rate it,
I found the
you
name of the
did?
show.
What was
Vivi
it?
Flore Ice Song.
You always bring up this show, and you always describe it differently every time. So I never know what you're talking about.
All of my descriptions are 100% accurate.
How is it so many things all at once?
It's an idol show that's also a sci-fi time travel murder mystery.
All right,
How
whatever. I'm
simple
giving
can it be?
Eurydeco gets a C. No, Eurydeco gets a B. B because okay, so it's visually interesting. It uses a lot of metaphorical art,
I bet
and
the reproduction zone is visually interesting.
I am going to end stream if you keep this up, this behavior.
Okay.
We're moving on.
Description time. You're going to have to expand that description. Oh, The show more only showed like a line.
Yeah.
God, I am going to suck at the pronunciation of this. Silamachi God Heaven, a closed down pachinko hall, gets new management, but looks like they've got company. A group of girls living there. Manager Musashi Shinonome's staff just got bigger with Hanabi and more anthropomorphic Pachi slot girls. But even with all this help restoring the hall, they're failing. At least they're failing together. This comedy of disappointment is open for business.
So the plot of this anime is very, very simple. Um, a bunch of gambling machines, a bunch of pachinko
Mm-hmm.
slot machines, a bunch of slot machines become human women, and then they effectively open a pachinko parlor.
Okay.
It's a so the main character isn't the I suppose you call him a main character. He's really just a side. Anyway, he owns the pachinko hall. He's a normal human being. All of his employees, except for the bear, is a slot machine.
I couldn't even fucking see the bear.
So, all of these girls are pachinko, or they're like slot machines, and then the only other employee he has is a bear, and
Okay.
that's it. And so the plot of the anime, it's a comedy anime. That's all it really is.
Yeah,
Is
it's a
just
short anime, 4 minutes,
yeah,
30 seconds.
a bunch of slot machines running slot machines, and that's it.
I've been noticing a bunch more of these like short animes recently.
I actually kind of like short. By the way, I haven't talked a lot about OPs and EDs. The OP for this one fucking slaps. It's at
Oh,
like
great.
hold the ED. It says ED. The ED for this one is so fun. Like it fucking. I love it, and the visual too. Amazing. Love that. All right,
I mean,
rating time.
you said we were going to have more discussion of musical things since that was a big part of how much you liked an anime, but you haven't really talked about it since then, even with the
Yeah.
idol animes.
This one is great. The ending is amazing. The opening is also good. I love it. This one, the opening is amazing, and the ending is all right. This one, God, it ended like 3 weeks ago, so I don't. The ending wasn't that interesting, but the opening was pretty good.
Okay, where does the bear land on the list?
Uh, it's a short form comedy, so I'll give it a B.
Okay, fair enough.
It's like pretty good, but it's not like that interesting.
Yep.
Okay, Overlord season 4.
Duck Cuck. Oh shit, Purea, Duck Cuck's here.
Yeah, well,
Yeah. FBI open. Whoa, shit. Okay. I guess I'm getting swatted by Duck Cuck.
oh no, they're gonna be knocking on your door any minute now.
Yeah. Good thing I have a time machine. I'll just go to 1935.
I just realized I'm peeking over the bar like I'm fucking. I look like I'm creeping up on you. Like I'm not supposed to be in stream, but I'm like peeking over the window.
I put you
I'm
there so you
outside your
didn't
house.
cover up too
I
much.
I'm outside your house peering
Here,
in
I'm
is what
going
I'm
to
doing.
ED. You don't want to have that. Oh my god, they're so far back. They're
Yeah,
at the
that's
ED
because
portion.
this stream is that far back. I'm looking at it on
Oh,
screen. I'm still rating the anime on stream right now.
how the
That's how far
fuck
back
does
we
that
are.
happen? I'm so sorry, Duck Cuck. You've been in here on your end for like 5 minutes. I read your message immediately as it came in. Please,
Hmm.
I know you're here. I'm so sorry. Don't leave, please. You're our only hope.
You just got to get used to the fact that
Yeah.
interactions are going to be 5 minutes late.
I, I don't know why the delay is set to 3 seconds. Okay. Overlord 4. How is this one? But you cannot tell me anything about the past 3 seasons.
Oh, okay. Uh, it's good. The first 3 seasons were all, I think, better than this one. This one seemed to be a little bit more subdued. I think, like, he does one big fucked up thing, and the whole point of Overlord every single season is that he's supposed to be a little fucked up. But it's like, this one, it's not bad, and I don't want to say that it's bad, but, like, not a lot happens, except for the one big thing that happens.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't know jack shit about Overlord. What's the one big thing?
Oh, are you sure? That's a huge spoiler.
I don't care about Overlord.
Okay, so nothing happens in this season except for the complete and utter annihilation of the kingdom.
That's a pretty big caveat.
Yeah, but the thing is, the kingdom was always going to be an enemy of Ainz. So, like,
not who's Ainz?
Ainz is the main fucking character and also the name
Cool.
of the kingdom of Ainz, the sorcerer kingdom of Ainz.
Okay.
So it's the name of the kingdom, but it's also the name of the main character. Anyway,
Duck cucks on their own. What's it like in the future? It's so much better now.
do we
I
have flying
see
tampons yet? Why?
poppies.
Why would they need to fly?
Yes, the tampons fly, and anytime someone has a period, they go right into the vagina like a homing missile.
When they're done, do they like fly themselves to the trash can?
No, they return to the sky and then like juice themselves, and the blood comes down
Into
as rain.
Yeah, that's not good. I really
Oh
don't
no,
think we should
it's
be.
really great for the prawn populations. You see, like the algae.
Oh, they do it over
love
the
it.
ocean.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Like
Okay.
the iron
I just
content in your
I
blood.
felt like it was I felt like it might have been a bit unsanitary to pour period blood over people. So like I was just worried about that
We're
part.
gonna have this whole conversation. It's gonna end, and then Duck is going to get to it 5 minutes from now.
Yeah, 5 minutes from now. Anyway, this season of Overlord was tame in comparison, and yeah, they destroyed the entire kingdom, but like that was a minor road bump on their like path towards
What?
complete world domination.
Okay.
I feel like
Cool.
the ending of season 3 was way cooler because they eviscerated the kingdom's army using like awesome magic spells and shit. But the entire plot of the 4th season is they destroy the kingdom mostly off screen.
What happens on screen then?
The destruction of the capital and the failed invasion of the port city, those things happen on screen along with a bunch of espionage, but like the actual blood and viscera that you got at the end of season 3 doesn't happen on screen this time around.
Okay.
Which is why I felt like the previous seasons were way more visceral, way more brutal. Like with the Lizard Kingdom, when they destroyed the Lizard Kingdom, that felt emotional. Like there were like 5 episodes before the destruction of the Lizard Kingdom where they actually set you in the Lizard Kingdom as a lizard man trying to fight against Ainz's eventual invasion. It felt like really emotional, and when they were eventually defeated, you actually almost felt sad that the heroes that we've been following this entire time were so evil. But this time around, the destruction of the kingdom means fucking nothing, and they don't make you sympathize with these characters all that much.
Okay.
I feel like if they wanted the destruction of the kingdom to be more interesting in this season, they should have spent more time actually making us feel for the humans. But they actually spent a lot of time making us feel hate for the humans, so it felt justified when they destroyed the kingdom. With other in previous seasons, season 2 and season 3 especially, when Ainz does bad things, you're supposed to feel bad. And although you kind of feel good for Ainz because you trust him and you like him, you feel bad for the people that are under Ainz's boot. This time around, it just lacks that, I feel. It lacks that level of humanity.
Fair enough. This show is still rated better than I think most of the shows in S tier.
Yeah.
Where does it go? This
I mean,
disappointment.
it's an Overlord season. Where is Overlord? There it is. Overlord season. Usually people would put that in S tier, but I have said some very bad things about it, so A tier. A tier it goes.
Huh. I
I
thought it
feel
would go
like
in like B tier.
this season, I mean, like it's Overlord is fun. Maybe it should go in B tier. I really thought this season lacked something that the other seasons had.
Gesundheit.
It's okay. The other seasons felt so real and good. And this season had a great start. Like episode 1, actually, I loved that. I thought that this was going to be a great start to a new season. But it lacked a lot of humanity. It
I
felt like Ein bulldozed a bunch of people and you didn't give a shit about those people.
I never knew this show was so critically acclaimed.
It is. It's one of the most popular isekai animes of all time. Usually this would go in S tier. I feel like A tier is fine because it's not like a bad anime, it's a bad Overlord anime. So you know what I mean? That puts it on a different level.
I'm gonna be honest. When I first heard about it, I looked at it, I saw the main character's design, and it's like, he ugly, and then I
He's a
didn't watch
skeleton.
it. His weird fucking giant shoulders. He looks like he's
Nah,
constantly
those are
shrugging.
cool. Those are
He
cool.
looks the op. He looks like if you took a Skeletor action figure and like fucked it up and then sold it under a different brand name.
Yeah, I mean, like, shut up. He looks cool.
Skeletor is a character that says "Nyah, meh."
Ainz is
Overlord is a
cool.
character that's edgy. Um.
Yeah, you're
Anyway,
right about that, actually. You're right that the Overlord is a character that's edgy.
he should
Do you think
say
Gutcock got to the
"Nyah."
menstrual blood part yet?
Huh? I
Gutcock?
think he has.
Okay, all right.
They drank
Just
red.
checking in.
Duckcuck, could you tell us once you get to this part if you've gotten to the tampons yet? And
Go
then tell us
ahead.
how you feel.
If Gutcock gets to this part, then
Tell me-
guaranteed gotten to the other part.
How are you feeling? Have you gotten there yet? What's your relationship with your mother like? What's the next anime, Purea?
Classroom of the Elite Season 2.
I remember when season 1 came out. Tokyo
Mhm.
Metropolitan Advanced Nurturing High School seems like a paradise, but in reality, it is an extreme meritocracy. In the class of underachievers, Kiyotaka has begun working with Suzune, who seeks to ascend higher. After a survival test on an uninhabited island, they get to enjoy a luxury liner, but a new class scrambling test will begin. Will you work for your class, your group, or yourself?
Mhm.
I'm gonna be honest, I've noticed like this is in its own like little subgenre of
Yeah.
you know how after Mirai Nikki like death games became a subgenre?
Yes.
There's
Yeah,
this subgenre of fucked up school. I'm not
Yes.
describing it correctly. It's this and Kakegurui and
Mhm.
what that one where they're all assassins in a school. Like they're in a school that has too much money and they do fucked up shit and that's the
Yeah,
show.
that is a subgenre. Yep. Yeah.
It's
And
weird. I've seen
I
one
have
of
seen
them.
this in Kakegurui too. So like
I've
I've
only
seen at
seen
least 2.
the one where they're all assassins and that one was fun. I
Yeah.
can't remember its name though. Little Devil. It had devil in its name. It was taken off
Devil
of
is a
Crunchyroll.
part-timer season 2. That
No.
came out this season. I didn't watch it.
Not this season. It was back before Funimation split from Crunchyroll. I remember because I watched it and I tried to look for it again and then it was gone because it was on Funimation and I fucking hate Funimation and I was too lazy to. Hello, me! Hello! What are you doing here? I see you tapped. Anyway,
What are
sorry.
you laughing about?
I should let you talk about your anime.
Okay, all right. So this is, I mean, it is a continuation of the first season. It feels exactly like the first season. I feel like it brings to the table pretty much exactly the same vibes as the first season. This is, in every respect, a second season to Classroom of the Elite, and
Okay.
it's pretty much the same vibes.
Tell me about the vibes then. But first, Duck Cook has been where Tibbs is this whole time. Duck
Duck
Cook.
also got to the tampons part again, so glad
Okay.
to
We're
hear
now
that.
back at the tampons. Oh, after we talked. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Duck has been. Oh my God, they're in Columbus, Ohio, with Tibbs
hmm
getting
The
hit by
hurricane's heading
cars.
your way, by the way. The hurricane is gonna hit Ohio eventually.
Tibbs, you're gonna get fucking hurricaned along with that
You're gonna
car
get
crash.
Ian'd.
Tibbs.
You're gonna get completely fucking Ian'd.
I don't even know if Tibbs is still in Ohio, but they're Ohio forever.
Just like Jesus is a Southerner.
Yeah. Jesus is a Southerner, Jesus is Floridian. It
hmm
doesn't matter how far they run, they can never escape their lineage. Anyway, tell me what the fuck this show is actually about, other than vagaries about the vibe being the same as the first season, which I also didn't
Okay.
watch.
The first season is about fucked up school. The whole point is that there are 4 classes: A class, B class, C class, and D class.
Mm-hmm.
Each of them get a certain amount of V-bucks or school dollars or whatever.
VTuber bucks. Fuck, that's what we
No.
should be paid for.
So instead of getting real Japanese yen as money, they get school bucks, and they can use that in their school company town to
So,
buy
oh,
amenities.
it is like a company town. Wait, no, I know some schools do that, but specifically only for like the lunch counters. They give everyone like lunch
No, no, no,
dollars.
no, no. With this anime, it's like straight up an entire town consisting of
Gotcha.
movie theaters, restaurants, shops, convenience stores, the bookstores, the whole like. They even have a cruise ship at one point, but that was paid for by the school.
I
Like,
think I think the reason you're are so far behind is due to your upload being used by Discord. I don't exactly know what that means. Quality of audio way be too high. I'm not sure if that's sarcastic or not. Is my audio shit?
your audio sounds great to me.
Okay. It's a way too it's your audio's too good.
Lower the quality until you get to potato mic again.
Yeah,
Jesus
okay,
Christ.
here, let me pull that mic out. Just like
Oh no.
to fuck up my audio some more. Here, let me put the mic right next to the speakers so we get like some echo too.
I'll keep
Um
explaining the first season while we do that.
okay. Go
So,
ahead.
the amount of school dollars that you get every quarter or whatever is entirely dependent on what class you're in. As a just random example, Class A gets $20 every day. Class B gets 15.
That's
Class
still more than
C
I do.
Class C gets. By the way, this is in like yen, so it's probably like way less than you think it is.
You said dollars like American money. Do you mean
Uh,
20
all
yen?
right, all right, all right. I'll say this. All right, Class A gets 200 yen a day, or whatever.
Isn't that like
Just as an example.
$2?
Yes, but it's per day or whatever the fuck.
$2 a day, that's less than like the minimum wage job.
They are students. You got to pay them very little. But I don't give a shit. All right, we're talking about company dollars.
Okay.
So like it doesn't it the conversion rate could be 200 per a million Japanese yen or whatever. It doesn't matter. These are like
Okay.
company dollars.
Yeah, gotcha.
Anyway, fucking class A gets 20. Class B gets 15, Class C gets 5, and then Class D gets 1 in the exact same amount of time.
Okay.
Being in the lower classes, C and D, is punished hard to the point where I think when they initially, like for the first week, Class D actually had $0 in income. They were given an initial sum of a couple thousand, and then they were told you're going to have to live off of that for an entire year. And the only way to change that or to get a basic income at all is to become Class C instead of being Class D. The way that you do that, the way that you increase your class designation higher up one level, is by participating in games that the school puts on.
Mm-hmm.
And so the whole point is that every member of Class D, in order to survive and make enough money to live off of, is doing everything in their power constantly to win these games.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And this guy in the center, Ayano Koji, is a test tube baby with a brain so big that it could probably eat fucking
Do you mean
entire Japanese energy supply.
what term of like a test tube baby are you saying here? Like
I think that
literally created in a vat or just someone jizzed in a tube?
no. I feel like what it actually is that he was born naturally, but as a child, he was taken out of his mother's arms and put into a scientific program to sort of force in hyper intelligence.
Okay, so
into him.
closer to the Jesus end of test tube baby than the me
Yeah.
end of test tube baby.
Yeah. He was a human child. I assume he was made. I don't remember if he was made in a test tube or if he was made by two loving parents or whatever the fuck. But after he was born, he was taken and put into a lab and experimented on to make him smarter. And then he enters this school and he becomes the shadow captain of Class D. In order to
Okay.
be the shadow captain, he needs a public facing captain. That is her. Her name is Horikta, and she is the public facing captain. She pretends to be the smartest one in the class and leads everyone in his stead, but he gives her commands so that she knows what to do. That's the plot of the anime.
And
Season
why does he
2,
need to hide behind her?
because he finds it too bothersome to be the leader of the class in a public sense. He only really cares because
They put him in the test tube and gave him autism.
no.
Okay.
That would be awesome actually.
That'd be
Anyway, so he actually doesn't give a shit about increasing to class level C at all on a personal level. He's pretty frugal with money and he doesn't need an additional income in order to survive off of the 1,000 that he gave them. So he doesn't really care. He could probably go the full 4 years without a single additional dollar.
Mhm.
But his teacher tells him that she knows his father. And just hearing that information gives him the drive to get Class D to Class A level if it means that she will give him information on his father. And that's what happens in the first season. So he's only the shadow captain because he thinks he can get info on his dad out of it.
If it's gonna be a train, I guess Tibbs's stop is here. They're going to bed. Good night,
Okay,
Tibbs.
good night,
I
Tibbs.
know you'll
Good night.
never hear this, but good night.
Good night, Tibbs.
Here, I'll write it. I'll write it in chat.
That way
See
Tibbs will
thread.
actually be able to see it.
Good night. There. If they're still alive. Anyway, what's season 2?
Season 2 follows, he continues this line of reasoning, continues trying to help out his classmates. And along the way, he manages to. This girl right here is an obstacle to him,
Mhm.
so he defeats her. but not completely. Not to the point where she's out of play, more so a temporary win of the battle, not a win of the war sort of situation.
Okay.
This girl he thinks can be useful to him, so he decides to manipulate her a little bit into becoming his pawn. And these people in the back, these two are his main enemies this season. And so he keeps doing that thing up until a point in the middle or towards the end of the season when it's revealed by his father, the not his like father as in his biological father, but the guy that like put him in the laboratory. Um, it's revealed that in actuality, his teacher doesn't know jack shit, and she was lying to him the whole time. And so Ayano Koji goes from being the shadow leader of the class to suddenly not giving a single fucking shit. He gives all of that up on a dime.
Cunt. Okay.
But these two in the back are like looking for his head because he's been fighting them the whole time, and they're not going to suddenly just give up because he doesn't want to fight them anymore. So they pull a stunt where they waterboard her for a little while, and they stick her in a freezer and then pour water on her to torture her.
Yeah,
Just
fucked up
just
school anime. Yep.
yeah, so they just to piss him off. And in the end, he shows up and he completely caves their shit in, like physically with his fists. Um, the ending of the anime effectively reflects the fact that he doesn't want to be the leader of Class D anymore, not at least in a public face, and not even in the way that he was doing before. He'd like to pretend like he doesn't care, but he still at least has some lingering feelings of friendship, even though he doesn't really care for friendship, for some of the people that he was helping out before. So it's not as if he's completely out of play anymore, but he's decided he's moving past his whole shadow leader phase and he's moving on to something else. And that's the end of season 2.
His Shadow the Hedgehog phase. Where does this
Yeah.
fall on the tier list?
This
Oh shit,
falls...
Duck is gone too.
Oh fuck, we lost all our members. This falls in, you know what, S tier, because I think that I haven't put a lot of things in S tier, and
S tier is a
so I'd like
special
to say
tier. It makes sense that not a
yes.
lot of you put a shit ton in A tier though, and
Pe-
nothing
People
below
really
C.
like the first season of this anime. All right, this anime is critically acclaimed for its first season. Its second season served me the same energy with no major like failures. So I feel like it's at least worth considering putting it up here. You know, I will say this season in particular, because of the fact that Ayano Koji is willing to manipulate women, made me start to realize that I actually hate his character, but it introduced me to a new character whose personality is actually very likable to me, and that's this girl, his pawn that he manipulates. She is actually pretty cool, and I hope that she eventually wins whatever fucking mental battle she's having with him.
So
Because
she's like the Mina Harker of this show.
no, the thing is, in actuality, the way that the plot is going, she's in love with him, and the whole point is that she's gonna teach him how to feel emotions, is what they're going for. He doesn't feel emotions right now, and she's the one that's gonna open his eyes. I hope she doesn't do that, and instead decides to dump him because he manipulates her and does her own thing, because she's actually pretty fucking cool.
Crawling in my skin, these wounds they will not heal.
Yeah.
This is how I fall confusing what is real. Next show.
Next show. Oh, okay. Never mind. This is going into A tier because this is going into S tier. Where the fuck is it? There we
Shit.
go.
I've seen everyone on Tumblr talking about this show.
It's just good, all right? I don't even have to describe it. It's awesome.
I know. I've seen I've seen people. I want to watch it, but I have to be watching the
Yeah, this
enormous turnip.
belongs in S tier. This belongs in S tier.
So many turnip anime.
Hmm.
Why? There were two. There were two turnip anime.
Just the two.
That's still a lot of fucking turnip
By the way,
anime.
the OP for Call of the Night is absolutely fucking god tier. Love it. Fucking love it.
Mm. Racked by insomnia and wanderlust, Ko Yamori is driven onto the moonlit streets every night in an aimless search for something he can't seem to name. Oh wait, I just mentioned a Dracula character, now we're looking at Call of the Night. Cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
His nightly ritual is marked by purposeless introspection until he meets Nazuna, who might just be a vampire. I fucking wonder. Ko's new condition could offer him dark gifts and a vampire's immortality. But there are conditions that must be met before our Ko can sink his teeth into vampirism. And he'll have to discover just how far he's willing to go to satisfy his desires before he can heed the call of the night. Roll credits.
Yeah. Name drop.
Name drop.
Yeah, no.
This description reads so shittily.
Yeah, it does. It's not a great description. The plot of the anime is very basic.
But it's
Ko-
funny and good.
Yeah. Ko is a character who doesn't go to school because he just realized one day that he doesn't care, that he lost all ambition.
Crawling
like-
in my skin.
Yeah, he's just sad, honestly. And the thing
Oh
that
God,
eventually the thing that eventually awakens him is the fact that this vampire lady literally just shows him how fun it is to be out during the night. That's what the call of the night is. In the end, after the end of the first episode, he decides that he wants to become a vampire based solely on the fact that the only time he's ever actually genuinely had fun in his life is by hanging out with other vampires at night. And so he
Sick.
figures the only thing that'll make him happy is if he eventually becomes a creature of the night. And that's pretty much the plot of the anime. He hangs out with this vampire lady all the time and tries to get her to turn him into a vampire, but there's some complications with that. And the anime goes on as he slowly realizes more and more what it is about the night that he loves so much.
It looked cool.
It's also awesome.
It's fucking night right now.
The OP is good. And it belongs in S tier. Is that all that we should say about this? I feel like this is one of those ones you should just watch. Just go watch it.
Just watch. Go fucking watch it. I know I'm not getting it to it for 20 years, but I do have a plan to watch it, and you should too, dear viewer. Oh wait, they both left.
Dear no viewer.
I'll have viewers eventually.
We had 2 at one point. That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah. I am kind of surprised because I think this series of streams has been good, but no one new has showed up, so I'm kind of worried I'm delusional.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know.
Click show more.
Oh, yes, I forgot to click show more. My bad. It wasn't even that
Source
much.
Crunchyroll. When fucking Kelvin. Oh,
yeah, that's his name.
This show.
Yup, it's this one.
When Kelvin wakes up, he finds himself in an unfamiliar place with no memory of his previous life. It turns out that he had been reincarnated into another world, but had exchanged his past memories for powerful skills. Now a summoner, he heads out on a journey with the goddess who had brought him over to the new world, who's also his very first follower.
All right, so I'm gonna go
Who was
run
my
down.
first follower on Twitch? Was it one of you two?
It probably was. It might have even been like Wiz or Satan.
Maybe. Talk about the show.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were gonna. Yeah, no, no, no.
I read the whole
So
thing.
the plot of the anime is as goes. This guy died because of a mistake, and as a result, the
Mhm.
goddess of reincarnation reincarnates him in another world. He, upon laying his eyes on the goddess of reincarnation for the first time, realizes that he has fallen in love, his first love ever, and asks the goddess of reincarnation to marry him. She's like, you know what? It's kind of boring up in heaven. Fuck it. So they reincarnate together. She doesn't reincarnate as a god or as like a physical entity. Rather, she just follows him around as a spirit.
Oh god,
And
my
she's
leg is cramped.
and he also, like it said, he traded all of his memories of Earth in as skill points so that he could put them into things like strength or agility. And so um, that's how it all starts. As the anime progresses, he eventually buys a slave who is an elf, and
Yep, yep.
the slave falls in love with him, but he's not about that because, as we remember, he already has a wife. Then, as the plot progresses even more, he eventually finds the demon queen who was just sleeping in a cave somewhere, and she agrees to become one of his summons.
Oh no, you
Literally,
you
like,
you have to talk to them about the shitty fight scene
oh yeah,
and the shitty backstory. That
okay,
was the
yeah,
episode I
yeah,
saw. You don't. She wasn't just in a cave. There was this whole
okay,
weird,
all right,
shitty looking
yeah, there
dude.
was, yeah, okay. So
You need to explain to
the
people how bad this is
the
because this
the
just sounds okay.
the episode that Fluffy watched, which really exemplifies how bad this show is, Kelvin and his slave
Kelvin
and
and Hobbes.
yeah, Kelvin is a summoner. That's why it's called the Black Summoner, right? He summons a slime, and I think he didn't have this guy yet, did he? Did he
He
have
had
this
a
guy yet?
robot dude with him.
You're right. Okay, so at some point, Kelvin went to an old mansion, and he got a spirit knight or whatever. So at this point in time, Kelvin had his slave. His wife was still just a voice in his head. He had a slime, and he had a robot dude who's a knight armor, which is inhabited by a ghost. Um, he goes into a cave because there was a report of a demon in the cave, and when he finds the demon is actually the royal princess's bodyguard, not the princess of the human kingdom, the princess of the demon kingdom. So the demon princess's bodyguard is standing there, and he's like, "Haha, asshole Kelvin, fight me!" And then they fight, and
Asshole
Kelvin's like,
Kelvin.
"Wh- and the guy, the bodyguard implies that he's been protecting the princess all this time solely so he can eat her and absorb her powers. But when Kelvin finally defeats him after a shitty 3D CGI fight sequence,
It
it's
sucked so
actually
hard.
it's revealed that he didn't want to eat the princess, and actually he is the princess's closest friend in the whole world. And the
Cute,
reason
really bland flashback.
and the reason why he wanted Kelvin to kill him is because he wanted someone strong to protect the princess from this world so cruel and unforgiving. He figured that he, the princess's bodyguard, was not strong enough to protect her anymore. And so he wanted to find a person who was strong enough to defeat him so that maybe they would protect the princess. Afterwards, the princess wakes up from her eternal slumber and immediately starts crying because she heard the whole thing happen. And she's like, "My poor, poor bodyguard who was my closest friend. I loved you like a brother. I don't know why you decided to fucking kill yourself
I don't
for no
either.
reason."
It was really dumb and
It
like
was.
Okay, it comes off as you're explaining this in such a way that's giving the show slack. You're not you're
It
not
made
really
no
explaining how like
sense.
fucking bland and just it was everything is expected because of anime tropes. Like, of course he's going to get the demon princess. It's that type
Yeah,
of show.
yeah.
My god, also fucking the CGI in the show, which they cut between, looks like fucking Reboot.
Hmm.
God, I barely
Yeah.
remember Reboot.
From that point onwards, the only major additions are that his goddess wife Melfina eventually manages to get a human body that she can inhabit. And around the same time, he summons another human from Japan and starts calling that girl his little sister.
Mm.
Sh- She is, by the way, she is not his little sister. She is some random girl that died of cancer and got reincarnated by him, and now they're pretending to be brother and sister.
I don't like this.
And
I
then it just gets worse from there. Nothing really interesting happens after that point
what
of note.
what's the finale then?
The finale is some fucked up evil dude shows up out of nowhere. Turns out that he was also reincarnation, but he's like he uses mind control to fucking mind control people into doing what he wants them to and dying for him, and also there is this weird sexual energy that I don't like because of his mind control powers.
You sound like Quentin reviews. That's a good thing, but you do. Do you
Okay.
know him?
I do know Quentin reviews. By the way, just the other day, a friend of mine was complaining about Quentin's videos because they don't personally like his editing style. So when you said I sound like Quentin reviews, at first I took that as a dig, and then I remembered that most people like Quentin.
Yeah. Do you like Quentin?
I like Quentin.
Yeah, I've watched all of the hours long documentaries they made. I actually knew him well before that. Um
Yeah.
like way back when. What fucking video series? Before Fallen Titans. I remember he did a video about sleep. What was the first
Hmm.
Quentin video I saw? Sorry, continue.
I can tell you right now, the first Quentin video I saw was around the time that he first released his Ready Player One video.
Ah, yeah, that was a big one. I need to look his channel up.
It
And
was
then
about around that time. I think one of the first videos, maybe not the first one, but the one of the first videos I watched from him was the one where he reviewed the all grown up video where they show a dead body on screen.
I think my one of my first encounters with him was when he reviewed The Thinning.
Oh, I remember that. That came out after I first interacted with Quentin for the first time.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember back when Quentin Reviews was getting flack for making fun of Trump
No,
by
no,
like
no.
Turkey Tom.
No, one of the first things I watched from him was when he dissed the shit out of Grade A Under A. Do you remember Grade A
Yes,
Under A? Like
I
5 years ago,
remember that.
Quentin made a two-part video series on him.
Wow. Yes, no, I remember. That was like way after I first gotten into Quentin.
Yeah.
Dude,
Um,
yeah, no, I was into Quentin back when Quentin was still making fucking videos about Christmas specials.
yeah, I found Quentin a year after the channel was created.
Yeah, you might have been there before me because I usually when I find a new channel I go into backlogs. So a lot of the videos seem old, but it's because I watched them after the fact.
Yeah, I watched the Grade A Under A thing because I used to watch some of Grade A's videos back when they were just
Mhm.
about random shit like language sucks.
Yeah.
Um, honestly, kind of just like a worse version of Sam O'Nella.
By the way, I haven't rated this anime yet, and we,
Yeah,
we went
rate.
through everything that's
It fucking
meaningful here.
sucks. It,
It sucks
but in
ass.
a
You know
boring
what?
way, honestly.
D tier.
D
It's
tier.
worse
Oh,
than all of
it's
these. It's
worse
not
than all the
trash.
incest one.
You'd be surprised to know that the incest ones are genuinely better than this.
It's fine.
Hey, it's better than the slave sex trade thing.
Yeah, it is. It is. Next show.
All right.
Weird Quentin reviews tangent aside.
Yeah. All right. Show more. Shit.
Meet Alto, a hapless student at Royal Ortigia Magic Academy. Oh, that is a fucking bland ass name if I ever heard one. The Academy of Ray Lucaria in Hogwarts, whose academics performance leaves much to be desired. Where have I heard this plot before? 5 different shows at least. Rather than take a more sensible approach to salvaging his grades in time for graduation, Alto decides to summon a bit of otherworldly existence. This anime's plot was made in 5 minutes over 2 beers. Only after does he learn he's bound the magical she-devil Vermeil into service as his familiar. This anime's plot was made by an AI algorithm. But Vermeil is a powerful ally, sure to turn his grades around. Her magic can only be replenished with a kiss, and that makes everything go to hell with Alto's jealous childhood friend, Lilia.
Okay. So
this anime's plot
this
was
description,
generated.
this description is bad.
Okay.
Even for what the anime actually is. So first of all, academic performance leaves much to be desired is incorrect. Alto is actually a top student at the academy. The problem is that in order to graduate your first year at the academy, you need a familiar, and he is physically incapable of summoning a familiar. It is the only thing he's bad at. He literally is the number one student in every other way, except he can't summon a familiar. So they're threatening to expel him. So what he does is he goes to get a book on demon summoning, thinking that maybe that would be a good thing for him to do, and accidentally summons a demon. Demons are, by the way, like the most feared creatures in all of this universe. So summoning one hasn't been done for literally thousands of years. And it's not supposed to happen because it's illegal. So after he summons this demon, I'm gonna be honest with you. This anime is effectively, it has the plot of a hentai, except they didn't want it to be a hentai for some reason. The plot is magic student summons a demon and this demon starts to lust after him. That's the plot of this anime. But they just never cross the line is
They
the
never
difference.
fuck. Okay.
Yeah. By the way, when it says the only way for her magic to be replenished is through a kiss, this is objectively wrong. She says on multiple occasions that she can also replenish her magic if they fucking penetrate, but he just doesn't do it.
Good for him, honestly. Like, okay. Is there like any nudity? Does this at least get to like high school DxD levels?
There is no nudity, but they are naked at some points. But it's like that thing where the hair covers it,
Yeah.
or like they like hide it behind a shelf or something.
Gotcha. Wait, if this anime's plot is basically the plot of a hentai, aren't most hentais like 20 minutes on average, and this is 5 hours? What do they do with all that extra time?
Not much. Gonna be honest.
Oh, and this one's rated high, Lee?
It's not bad, but it's not good. If I had to rate it, where is it? C tier? At best. It may be high D tier, actually. It's like not bad, but it's not good. There are some good characters in it, but It's like watching a hentai that no one wanted to have sex in it. That's all it is.
I'm all for that, honestly. I don't want sex in any hentai.
Yeah, but like they try. They like Valmail every single night. She sleeps completely naked next to Alto, and he just doesn't do anything.
That sounds fucking hilarious. But I'm
It's
sure they didn't play it for laughs.
No, they tried to treat it very serious. Also, the worst part is towards the end, Alto eventually realizes that he's in love with the demon Valmil. So they start having very, very drawn out makeout sessions every once in a while, which
I
is really what pushed it down to D. This would have been a low C, but instead it's a high D because they make out too much. It's like gross towards the end when they're just like Alto's supposed to be in class, but he's just Frenching Vermil behind the fucking school.
okay. Um to be honest, I really hoped this anime would like be an asexual comedy because that sounds like what it could have done, but it's not.
It's not. It's not.
But it could have done that.
It could have.
It
So
would
yeah,
have been really
that's why
funny.
it's a D tier. It's not that good.
D
All
for
right.
demon. Isekai Akioku. Okay, let's go. Parallel World Pharmacy. When pharmacologist Kanji Yukitani dies, he probably wasn't thinking he reincarnated as a boy apprenticed in a medieval world. The distinguished medical researcher finds himself now surrounded by quack medicine swindling the common good. With his past experience and a new set of supernatural powers, he'll go from cutting edge medical technology to now reforming healthcare for all.
Oh, what the fuck? Actually, holy shit! This doesn't happen in the anime, but goddamn, he might actually do it given his moral values.
I'm thinking
Bro,
what I'm thinking just before you explain it is
based anime.
this sounds like the medical version of fuck, you know that isekai where the girl dies, she's just some fucking bookworm, and then
Oh,
she
Ascendance of
replaced
a Bookworm.
Ascendance of a Bookworm.
That
I
got a
said that
third season recently.
I have not finished the first season.
I like that show. I would have given
I
that
like
show an
that
A.
show too. It was pretty good, but like by the point I got to the point where the girl is what she went up and visited like the king, and a bunch of magic bullshit happened. And
Yeah.
then yeah, yeah, it was kind of enough for me. I'm
Hmm.
fine. I've seen it. I liked the pound cake part. I made pound
Yeah.
cake like the day after I watched that.
Uh-huh. By the way, your description right there is pretty fucking succinct. I will say this definitely reads exactly like the pharmacology version of Ascendance of a Bookworm. That is a very apt description. There is only one major difference. You know how in Ascendance of a Bookworm she has access to an infinite pool of magic that makes her really
Yeah.
powerful? In Parallel World Pharmacy, instead of having access to infinite magic, he is literally the reincarnation of a god. Is what they go for.
Is fucking Jesus? I don't know.
So in this world, there are gods of everything: gods of war, gods of medicine, gods of peace, and shit like that. Gods of women, gods of motherhood, or whatever the fuck.
Gods of women and gods of motherhood. I wonder how that family relationship goes.
But he is the physical avatar of the god of medicine.
Hmm.
And that means that he is not human, even though he looks human. One of
Okay.
the things that they pull, he's actually supposed to be a terror, because this girl right here, she used to be his teacher, the one that would like teach him about magic and stuff. But one day, she notices that he doesn't have a shadow, and she immediately goes, "You're a fucking freak of nature," screams and runs away. And it's because he's not a human being, he's a god.
I wonder if any of the animators ever forget that and accidentally give him a shadow. in some
That could
scenes.
actually, yeah.
I
Yeah,
want to go
you're
through
right.
that anime just like with that lens. Like, does he have a shadow?
But yeah,
Because like, not some people are just gonna be like, "Fuck, I'm on frame 3000. I just want to clock out." Okay, what's this new thing? Okay, yeah, do that, do that. Okay,
add the
goodbye,
shadow.
everyone. There's the shadow.
He's not supposed to have a shadow.
They have like
He's
a
not supposed to have a shadow. You
big
fucker.
fucking sign. Does he have a shadow in the? No, he doesn't. Like, there's a big fucking sign on the wall because he doesn't have a fucking shadow, guys.
He's not supposed to have a shadow. That's his whole thing. The thing that distinguishes him from humans is that he doesn't have a shadow because he's a god.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that is honestly kind of interesting.
It's
Was it
it's
good?
it's yeah, it was actually pretty good. If I had to rate it, I'd put it in A tier. It was worth
You
it.
have a lot of A tier. Anime is so much better
Okay.
for you.
Let me yeah,
Then
I genuinely like anime. If I had to drop any of these down to B tier, it would be Teppen, and I don't want to drop this one because I like it that much. It doesn't belong here objectively, but I like it that much.
I will
So
not let you drop Teppen.
so yeah, we're just gonna.
That's gonna
I
we're
like
staying
anime.
with that.
This shows you. This is how much I like anime. I don't think most animes are masterpieces, but I do think most animes are good. I guess I could drop this down to B. I like it a lot, but I don't think it's the best thing to ever exist. I like it a lot though. I'm gonna put it back. You know, I'm not gonna
Next
question myself.
show. Ah, fuck this one.
Hmm.
I want to watch this one, but again, I'm watching turnip anime.
Did you want me to spoil it, or do you not want that?
I'll read the description, and then you can give your rating.
Okay.
But other than that, I want to because I literally don't know anything about this show other than gay and the
Yeah.
gift sets people post of it.
Uh-huh.
So this is the most information I will have ever gotten about this show.
Yeah.
Even if this description sucks. For these peaceful days, there's a secret behind it all. A secret organization that prevents crimes. Direct attack. And their group of all-girls agents, Licorice. Should I say, I fucking hate black licorice. It tastes like an oil spill.
Yes, I agree. I don't like any licorice genuinely, but black
like red
licorice is the
licorice.
worst.
I like red
I don't
licorice.
even like red licorice.
I
Not
like the
personally.
red vines. I like fruity candy, like gummy candies and shit.
Vine died back in 2016.
Okay.
Do you even remember Vine, Fluffy?
Yeah.
Are you that young?
I remember Vine.
Wow.
I still think
You're old now.
I do that, or yeah, I sure hope it does. Whenever I see a fucking road sign, to this day, look at all those chickens.
All right, we're not
What
gonna
about
reminisce about
NASCAR?
Vine.
Ah, fuck. I can't believe you've done this. This peaceful everyday life is thanks to these young girls. The elite Chisato, Nishikiji. Fuck. God. Can't word. How do you say that? How do you say that?
Nishikigi?
Nishikigi. Okay, I just said it right, but really slowly because I was unsure. Is the strongest licorice agent of all time. Alongside is Takina Inoue, the talented but mysterious licorice. They work together at one of its branches, Cafe Lyco Reco. There's a cafe in the show? Okay. Here, the orders this cafe takes range from coffee and sweets to childcare, shopping, teaching Japanese.
I think I'm turning Japanese. I really think so.
I really think so. I sound like a fucking American politician who's never heard of a foreign country in their life. Like,
Have you guys ever heard of Japan?
Japanese. Okay, teaching Japanese to foreign students, etc. It's mostly tasks unbefitting of Licorice. The free spirited, optimistic pacifist Chisato and the cool headed and efficient Takina. Okay, they just don't finish that sentence. The chaotic everyday lives of this mismatched duo begin.
All right, so I'm gonna go straight to my thing.
I feel like I know what tier this is going to go in, but I'm just going to let you do that.
I
Yeah.
I just like it that much, genuinely.
Yeah. I have no problem with this.
All right, moving
It
on.
gay.
Ooh, this one. This is gonna
Oh.
cause some controversy. Okay, so if we're talking about the manga, and I mean this genuinely, that's like a fucking low D tier for the manga. But season 2 only covers the early bits of the manga, not the most recent parts that get way worse. So I actually think that it belongs in low B tier. It's not that bad yet.
Okay.
Trust me, it gets worse.
Okay. Can I read the description? Let me do
Yeah.
my job. A hopeless college student, Kazuya Kinoshita, meets a graceful rental girlfriend, Mizuru Chizuru, and ends up introducing her as his girlfriend to his family and friends. That is such a bad synopsis. Okay, time goes on with Kazuya unable to tell the truth as he's surrounded by devilish ex-girlfriend Nanami, the real main character, mommy,
Yeah.
who keeps coming back to tempt him for some reason. Hyper-aggressive provisional girlfriend Sarashina Ruka, who
Rika.
Ruka fucking turning Scottish. Ruka who doesn't know how to take no for an answer, and super shy but diligent and hardworking younger rental girlfriend, Sakurasawa Sumi. Beautiful girlfriends of all types. The pub, the beach, hot springs, Christmas, and New Year's. Having gone through these challenging events, Kazuya's feelings for Chizuru keep growing stronger, but she reveals a shocking truth that threatens to shake their relationship to the very core. From what I've heard, the main character's a fucking ass, and from what I've seen, the main character's a fucking ass.
Yeah, yes.
So
The
the real
problem,
main
okay.
character is the villain.
There isn't. Well, you did say that, didn't you?
Yeah.
I will say though, Mommy isn't actually that interesting of a villain, even when she's a villain. Somehow they managed to be like Kazuya sucks, but you don't even root for the people that hate him.
Okay.
The
And you
main
put it in
issue.
what tier?
Oh, I that should have
B.
been lower. That should have been lower.
Okay.
That should have been lower.
Gotcha.
My bad. My bad. I like Rent a Girlfriend, but I also hate Rent a Girlfriend because I like it. I am as a person that likes this show, I know that Kazi is the worst person to have ever been fucking born. And I hate him so fucking much.
And what keeps you watching the show? Is it girls cute?
Uh yeah. It's the initially it was the fact that typically when you get stories like this, you start off with a shitty main character who gets better over time. Rent a Girlfriend decided to mix the formula up, and instead they started with a bad main character who gets worse over time. And then they made it so, and I mean this genuinely, the main girl that he goes after, who doesn't love him, by the way,
Mm-hmm.
like there are girls in the show that do love him, but she doesn't. She's the
Mm-hmm.
one She's the one who encourages him to get worse. Sometimes he doesn't need the encouragement because he's just bad on his own. He doesn't need to be encouraged to be a bad person. But every once in a while, he gets the feeling that he should grow as a person. He gets the feeling that maybe he needs to become better. Maybe he needs to take charge of his life. And every time, no matter what's going on, Chizuru shows up and says, no, become worse instead. And so he does. Chizuru isn't the reason why Kazuya is a bad person, but it seems like every single time that Kazuya wants to be a good person, Chizuru stops him. And every time that he wants to be a bad person, she says nothing.
Okay.
So yeah, the reason Kazuya sucks so much is because he's a bad person who actively tries to become better and is stopped at every turn. And so he just goes further down the spiral.
Okay.
It
Sounds
sucks.
miserable to watch.
It is miserable. I hate it. I don't know why a part of me likes it so much because the rest of me hates it with fiery passion.
You secretly want to be a shitty person yourself.
No,
I'm
I
40
just
in
love Ritter. That's
psychology in
it.
this bitch. You see
It really is
your
just her.
inner ego in the main character of this, and
Oh
the
my
inner
God.
ego screams to be
Terrible.
let free.
I
But
used
the
to
id
like
knows
Kazuya
it's wrong.
too, because I thought he was gonna get better. I was like, he's a flawed character, but flawed characters are the ones that make the biggest. And then I read the manga, and you know what happens in the manga? He only gets worse. And I was like, wow,
Does he
that's a
ever
fucking letdown.
face any consequences?
Anytime he tries to face consequences, Chizuru bails him out.
I feel like, does the manga author know that he's getting worse, or does he just think that he's a good person?
I think the manga author has no idea what they're doing because the manga author wrote the end of the story, literally wrote a 45 chapter spread, 45 chapters. It really felt both based on story and context clues and vibes and everything that he was going to end the manga. And then at the end, it just keeps going.
Money?
It really feels like it. Like he tried to end the manga and they said, no, figure out a way for this to not be the ending of the manga. And so the plot of the ending is effectively Chizuru bails him out one last time. And in order to do it this time, because the stakes have never been higher, in order to bail him out, she has to actually kiss him because otherwise no one would believe her. And when she kisses him, it's heavily implied that they like both fell in love with each other in that moment or some bullshit. But then after it ends, she goes, "But that was just for show." And then it just continues as if like it meant nothing.
But a part of you still likes it.
No. I know I said that and I meant it, but part of me genuinely wishes that that other part would stop talking so I could finally end this suffering, this misery.
As I said, it's the id and the ego.
Yeah.
Next anime.
Next anime.
Oh,
fuck.
Oh, and this is a long one too. Oh god, I hate this so much. Let's go. Beiron City, a mega float type city in the Pacific Ocean, which doesn't belong to any particular nation. As the mine for opium. The mining plot doesn't matter. Who cares? A new
the mining plot
energy
doesn't matter.
resource. This city is the most noticed in the world right now. And here, special cases caused by demons called D-hazards. So many shows here have had like bland acronyms as part of their synopsis. I'm so done with it. Has been occurring frequently. I want to know. Sorry, I'm pausing a lot, but when I go through the animes, I want to have a list of all the really common shitty anime tropes, and I want to find the example. The first one. Like, what's the first anime with incest?
The first one ever. Yeah.
The first. We already have an anime with attempted rape, murder,
Mm-hmm.
and fascist propaganda.
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
that's
But that
that's like
was
3 of the major ones. Um,
yes.
okay. Only a handful of people know about the existence of D hazards. Sunny D. They are handled by P- PMCs, private military companies. Wait, why not private military contractors? Isn't that what they're called? Shu is a young man living in Aeron City who runs such a company, but his company is tiny. On top of that,
Oh, compensating. Wait, it wouldn't be compensating, would it? It would just
he
be accurate.
cherry picks his jobs, so he is always in a bind for money. His life, both publicly and privately, is being supported by the beautiful schoolgirl, Kisara, who attends a school in Bayron City. And there is one more person that helps him on her mind. Ayano, an employee of a major PMC that Chu used to work for, and Chu's ex-girlfriend. Kisara finds her unpleasant. At the root of Kisara's strong attachment to Shu is contract signed between them. Her true identity is a demon. Kisara supports Shu's lifestyle and even insists his demon extermination based on their contract. The price is a dangerously sweet kiss. There are uncertain bond teeters between love and contract. Where is their destiny headed?
I'll tell you where it's headed. It's headed straight for the trash bin. Cause fuck.
God, fuck that show.
Yeah, okay, so it gets worse
It
in the
gets-
last
Here,
2 episodes.
Let's catch everyone up. So in this show, Kisara, the demon, who's the main character's cousin.
Yeah, they explained that in episode 10.
Yeah. Uh, as opposed to her being his sister, which was the other option in that episode.
Yeah.
So he signed a contract with her. Just because they looked at each other real hard in a cave once.
Technically, he signed the contract with her because he wanted to save his sister. So he figured he'd just sign a contract with his cousin.
Fucking inbreeding of the Habsburg variety. And the contract is that he loses his memory, and gives it to Kisara. And Kisara, this happens through kissing. The smoochy, the germ exchange.
So every
hey,
time,
you have COVID now.
yeah, every time he kisses his cousin, he loses one memory, and she becomes a hyper demon.
Yeah, and so she's been selectively removing his memories of his girlfriend, who the show says he loves, so that he forgets all about it and thinks she is his girlfriend. She also makes him forget that they're cousins. So this is a real shitty abusive situation. But I don't care because Shu's an asshole.
Yeah, yeah, he is.
You want to take it?
The last couple of episodes really hammer home some bullshit. So, in one of the, I think episode 10 or something, he said, like, they get right up to the doorstep of his sister, who, by the way, his sister was also a demon. He didn't know that until very late into the show, but his sister was a demon because his mom was a demon, and he also didn't know that. So his mom was Beelzebub or some I think Asmodeus is actually what they go with, and she was trying to destroy the human realm, but his father managed to stop her, in the process killing himself and sealing his sister underground. And the whole plot of the anime is he's trying to save his sister from being underground or whatever. They get right up to the doorstep at the exact same time that his sister awakens. And as soon as his sister awakens from her slumber, she stabs Kisara in the fucking chest. So after that, they fucking take Kisara. They try to give her immediate medical attention. And in the process of doing that, she kisses Shu, but then breaks the contract. And as soon as she breaks the contract, all of Shu's memories go back to him, and she loses all of her memories. And Shu, when he first finds this out, has no idea why. Because every time they kissed before this point, she was supposed to be eating one of his memories and turning it into raw power. So how does he have all of his memories back? Simple. Kisara actually never once ate any of his memories. She was stealing them from him and then eating one of her own memories to get the power.
What?
That's what they went with.
That's so
Kisara
fucking
has been
dumb.
selectively deleting her own memories and only stealing away memories from Shu so she can put them in a storage tank somewhere else.
Why?
I don't know. So
I
the reason
remember-
Kisara forgot everything, technically speaking, she gave some of her memories to Shu, but the real reason that she woke up without any knowledge of who she was because she had eaten at least 80% of her memories. The only memories that remained were the ones from after she formed a contract with Shu. So, like, only ones from recent times. That's it. She ate
That's
all
so
of her memories
fucking
from
dumb.
before that point. Yep. It gets worse because that all happened in episode 10. As time goes on, Kisara is in the hospital because she got stabbed through the chest, right? So Shu is the one that has to go grab his sister because now he's alone in this. And in the process of trying to grab his sister, they learn something absolutely fucking bonkers about his sister, which is that for the past 20 something fucking years or whatever, ever since his sister got sealed away, her consciousness attached itself to her brother. She was sealed away when she was 3 years old. This is important information for you to understand. She was 3 years old when she was sealed away. She attached her consciousness to her brother and saw everything that he saw as he grew up from being a 5-year-old or whatever to all the way to the 22 that he is now. And I would like to mention he had sex 3 different times on screen at least, and she was there in the back of his mind watching it. And they make that very clear in the
they
show.
go out of their way to point it out.
They don't necessarily go out of their way to point it out, but they do go out of their way to point out, my God, she has the mind of a 3-year-old and she's been watching her scummy brother fuck women. They go out of the way to point that part out. So when she wakes up, she's in a bad mood, to say the least.
So she has the memories of 20-something years, but the mind of a 3-year-old?
Yes, they say that, but I don't know why they say that. Because
I don't know what
she
the
doesn't
difference
seem
is.
to, actually. I don't know what the difference is either.
Isn't the difference mainly the difference between a 3-year-old and a 20-year-old the memories?
Experience?
Yeah.
She's experienced 20 years of time, but she has the mind of a 3-year-old? Why would that be?
Do they just play her as a fucking slightly mentally ill person?
No, they actually, when she wakes up, she goes sicko mode for a little bit, but then after she calms down, she acts her age. So I think that they were just wrong. She doesn't have the mind of a 3-year-old. They were just incorrect. They thought that, but it wasn't true.
Okay.
Anyway, so she knows about every single woman that her brother has ever had sex with, and as soon as she wakes up, she immediately tries to kill all of them.
Why?
I don't know, but it's heavily implied to be jealousy.
So this 3-year-old is jealous that her brother is fucking other women. Okay. You've
Anyway,
been in his mind for 20 years. What the fuck is there to be jealous about? You should fucking. If I was in someone's mind for 20 fucking years, I would hate them so much at that point. I
her
would have seen
brother's not a good
every
person either.
dumb fucking thing that they've ever done. Like, I would have seen that one time this dude. I don't know. What's a dumb thing he would have done? He would have probably, I don't know, fapped to Goofy.
Or something of the type, you know?
Like, I would have been pissed specifically at him.
Oh my god. The opening credits, by the way, actually give us some fire to put against because like they show us how scummy and shitty he is. They show us one scene in the opening credits where he's at a pachinko parlor, gambles away all of his money, and so he tugs on the shirt of the guy next to him and asks him for $1 so he can keep gambling. And his sister was in the back of his mind watching that happen.
And she's jealous that he's fucking other people.
I know, right?
No one in this anime has any standards because they like him.
I know.
He has 3 different girls, 2 of which are from his own fucking family, going after his dick.
It's
And
actually
no
4.
one should want 4?
Because remember the nun?
The nun also wants him?
Yes.
Didn't she swear to celibacy or some shit?
I forgot to tell you. Oh, I forgot to tell. In episode 12, this is the dumbest thing. This is the dumbest fucking thing. In episode 12, Shu goes to the nun and she says, I hate your fucking guts. I want to kill. The last time we met, you put poison in my vagina. I'm going to kill you. Why did you show up in front of me? And Shu goes, sorry. And she's like, all right, I'm into you now.
Wait, Shu put poison in her vagina?
Yes, that the last time they met before the events of the anime, she was trying to murder Shu with a knife, but he got the one up on her. He put poison on his dick and then had sex with her, and so she like got poisoned from her vagina. But like he just says sorry. He literally just says I'm sorry, and she forgives him and also wants him now.
Why did he do that?
Because she was gonna stab him.
And they still fucked?
Yes, because the thing is, she was using sex to get his guard down so that she could stab him at his weakest moment.
Because that's what women are in this show.
Yeah.
Fucking caricatures. Wouldn't that also poison him?
No, he put it on the outside of his cock.
You are sliding that in and out of a very mushy area. It would get in you. Like up your urethra or some shit. I don't
Yeah. So you're right. I guess it's a Princess Bride situation. He microdosed on the fucking toxin.
I'm just imagining a scene where the nun is like, oh, there's like 2 dicks and she's trying to figure out which one's poisoned. They're both poisoned.
I've been microdosing.
I only watched Princess Bride earlier this year. It was great.
It is great. Way better than Engage Kiss.
Anything's better than Engage.
I still feel like you haven't reacted to the fact that all he had to do was say, I'm sorry, and all of a sudden she wants to have sex with him again.
That's
after
to
she
be
got
expected,
poisoned
though.
the first time.
It's anime. That's how they treat women. They give their women no fucking standards. So the first fucking nice guy who's on incel tier for morality can be like, oh, I'm sorry. And then they're like, oh my god. I'm fanning myself off, but you can't see my hands.
Yeah, that was
It's
not a good
just
bit for stream.
it's not a good bit for stream. I'm just kind of looking into space. Um, don't worry, it doesn't matter. No one's here.
Hmm. So as the episode 12 goes on,
Hmm.
um, he and Ayano and the nun all fight his sister. They're trying to subdue her so that they can deal with her demon powers without killing her. Because that's the thing. They don't want to kill her because he still
That's the
loves
point
his
of
little
the
sister.
anime.
Yes. Eventually, Kisara, who, by the way, just so you remember, has forgotten everything, shows up, and she's like, I don't remember any of you, but that guy over there said that we used to have a thing going, so I'm gonna fight this girl for him. And then she just does. She just fights her.
Okay, fine. I
And so, like, the episode keeps going, and I feel like there might even be more stupid and
Mhm.
shitty things that happened that I'm just forgetting to tell you. And I will mention them in the future if they come up. But the next stupid thing that happens is they defeat his sister, and his sister, because she's a huge demon threat, they put her in solitary confinement or whatever because she's like a threat to humanity. So they like lock her up in a cell. Meanwhile, the rest of them all go about their daily lives, and in the end, the main guy character chooses Kisara as his fucking girlfriend.
Why?
I don't know. I don't
Why not his
know.
fucking? He has his memories back. His
He has
actual
his memories
fucking
back.
girlfriend. She doesn't have any memories. She would
No,
be better off without him.
yes. Yes. He has a girlfriend, one that he loves
Oh
dearly,
my.
one that loves him dearly, but he chooses Kisara anyway.
I hate every character in this show, but just from the virtue that all of her fucking memories are gone, so she could be a completely different person. Um, I'm going to say that they fucked over Kisura.
Yeah. She could have gone on to live a
And
completely
his
different
sister's
life.
just in solitary?
No! Because every day at 5 o'clock on the hour, she breaks out of prison so that she can go to her brother's apartment so she can hit on him.
Okay, so you said back when they did the cousin thing that they did that so they didn't do the incest thing, but then they
But
did
they
the incest thing.
wanted to do the incest thing anyway. So she shows up at his apartment, and then he's in there making out with Kisara because they decided to date. And then she's like, Kisara, die, and they fight. And he's like, stop, stop, girls, don't fight over me. And then they like sit down to have lunch, and she's like, he's my big brother. You're never gonna take him from me, or some shit. And then Ayano shows up, and she's like, fuck all of y'all. He's mine. And that's the end. That's where they end it.
Why do any of you like him?
I know.
He's
Right?
so shitty.
He's the worst. He is the fucking worst. I'm so done with this fucking anime. Why is it rated so highly?
People like it. I see people posting fan art of fucking Kisara.
She's not even likable either because
No one is.
she likes a dude for no reason, and she manipulates that guy by stealing his fucking memories.
Also, does this anime have like any other male characters?
Yes, but they're all cannon fodder. I told you he has a father figure who eventually becomes evil, so he kills him.
Okay, so literally every like lasting character in the show
There
is
was
a woman who
also
wants to fuck him.
there was a police officer who was hot on the tail of a criminal conspiracy regarding demons, and the criminal conspiracy, the person who was at the head of the criminal conspiracy is the main character's father figure. So, in order to stop the police officer from catching him, The main character's father assassinates the police officer. That's one of the only other male characters. So one male character that wasn't the main character was killed by another main character that wasn't the main character,
This
and as a result, the main character killed the second main character, male character.
this show only has 5 characters that matter. They're all assholes, and half of them want to fuck the first and most asshole.
Yes, this is the worst anime. I there's a reason I put it in the trash tier. It's that bad. It
My
sucks
oh
ass.
my god.
It's just it's no good. All right.
Let's go to the next. I need to turn my fucking angry face off.
Yeah. Here you go. Here you go.
Fresh new start. Summertime render or summertime rendering.
Mhm.
Upon hearing of Ushio's death, Shinpei returns to his hometown of Wakayama City on Hitogashima and reunites with his childhood friend's family. The funeral goes smoothly, but under the surface, something strange is brewing on the island. What mysteries await him in this fucking. This is the shittiest fucking description.
It is. This
Also,
is
why
this
is like one of the 2 girls just in a swimsuit?
There's a reason for that.
For
The reason is because that girl is a doppelganger, and it just so happened that the girl that she is pretending to be was wearing a swimsuit when she last saw her. So she's wearing that swimsuit because that's the clothing that she knows. She can wear other clothing, but that's just what she's wearing when she's first introduced.
okay, for some reason, there's a very specific show this description reminds me of. It's a really
Yeah.
shitty description, so it's probably nothing like it. But like, um, was it H2O Walks in the Sand?
Maybe. I
It
don't
was
know.
a real creepy anime, and the
Uh-huh.
first episode just had so many FBI open up moments that I
Mhm.
just could not keep watching it.
Mhm.
The main they try so hard to make the main character seem as creepy as possible.
Mhm.
And of course all the other characters are fucking lollies.
Mhm.
I couldn't keep going. I had to stop. I don't even know what the show is about. Let's talk about this show and hope it's nothing like that.
It's pretty good, this show. It's it's about a murder mystery effectively. One of the main so this girl with blonde hair dies, and all of these people except for this person and this person are like close for actually, you know what? Never mind. She actually does. So this girl with blonde hair dies. Everyone else in this image is a friend of hers through some way, and they are all trying to solve the mystery of her death because it's obvious that she was killed by some sort of supernatural entity. The plot of the anime follows um, this guy, and the reason it follows this guy is because this is effectively a ReZero anime. He has the ability to return by death.
I don't like that concept.
You don't like the ReZero idea? The
Yeah.
whole like yeah, when he dies, he goes back in time, and they're trying to solve the mystery of what's happening on the island.
It seems that in ReZero, the whole thing was only an excuse to just have awkward moments over and over again.
What do you mean?
Just from like the first 2 episodes is what I
No,
noticed.
ReZero
It's
is
just
really good.
this guy being an idiot for 2
Well,
episodes.
yes, that's fair.
And
In the very
like I
beginning,
don't
yeah.
it was just kind of I'm really bad at like people being embarrassed in shows. Like, I have the fucking worst secondhand embarrassment.
I see. I
Like,
see.
when my
Yeah.
family watches movies, and a character really fucks up, I genuinely have to leave the room and go
Yeah.
sit down because, like, I am.
You know what? It is definitely for the better that you didn't watch ReZero. ReZero is a great anime. I genuinely love it, and I think it's a good anime that most people should watch. There is one arc in season 1 which the beginning of the arc is literally Subaru ruins his life and makes all of his friends cringe. It is entirely secondhand embarrassment for an
Oh.
entire like for an entire episode. That's
Oh.
all it is.
Okay. Where where do you put Summertime Render on your list? We've spent
Oh,
most of talking about
it's
Summertime Render talking
good.
about other shows. That's good.
Um,
I like mystery shows. I like supernatural shows.
it's good. It's really good. It's on this verge of like A low S almost. I feel like maybe it should be an A tier just because S tier is for when something jumps out as like the best thing ever.
Yeah.
Summertime Render is very good. And for certain people, it might be an S tier, but I feel like it's just a high A tier for me. I
Okay.
like it a lot. It's just it hits mystery pretty well. The supernatural enemy that they're fighting is pretty cool, and they managed to do reincarnation pretty well because he's not one of those idiots that goes, "Whoa, what's going on? What's happening?" He manages to get to the final boss in loop number 3. So loop number 1, he doesn't even know what's going on. Loop number 2, he knows that he has the ability to return by death now, but he doesn't get that far because he's still trying to figure it out. Loop number 3, he meets the final boss. Like he knows what he's doing and he's actually pretty competent.
Okay.
It's a good anime and I like it.
Okay.
All right. I think I've talked about this one before on stream.
Maybe?
Yakuza's Guide to Babysitting. You want to read the description?
Yeah, sure. Kirishima Toru was accustomed to solving all problems through violence and was called the demon of Sakuragi by the underbelly of society. One day, the boss of Sakuragi family suddenly summons Kirishima and appoints him caretaker of his only daughter, Yeika. I had to see if that was an exclamation point or an I. This is a heartwarming comedy about a Yakuza, a crime family's right-hand man, and the boss's only daughter. The two of them are about to begin in their new daily lives together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you've talked about this.
Yeah, it's
Nothing more
just a
than
really
what
fluffy,
this.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's all it really is. A guy who's known for being a violent asshole, who takes out his anger on yakuza members and is really, really quite cruel, is tasked with being a babysitter, and he slowly grows to be a kinder, more caring, and generous person because he has to take care of another human being for once.
Sick.
He's actually, even from the get-go, he doesn't start off as an asshole to the kid. He's like actually really sweet to the kid at first. He like knows how to treat children, but he slowly grows to be a less violent person generally just by being around her. And that's how the anime goes.
Okay.
So I like it. I think it's good. I don't think that there's much else to say about it except for low A tier maybe. Or maybe high B tier. What else did I put in B tier? You know, it's better than most of the stuff in B tier, at the very least. Like it should go a little
A
bit
tier
lower, maybe
has
around
a
here.
range, I should say, from some things being on the verge of S to others being, it's better than B
I
tier.
could add a second like thing here.
Probably. Maybe combine C and D tier and then shift everything down a bit.
Okay. I don't know. Some of the stuff in D. Oh, yeah, okay. I do think that the things in C tier are better than the things in D tier, but it's
Then
easier to
maybe
say,
combine B and C tier because that should be like the average tier.
yeah, with this being the lowest possible. I think that's fair because these all seem to be like roughly the same. No, no, this goes here. Yeah, okay. So I can keep stuff that's like really, really quite good up here. Yeah, like those two things are very good. This, I actually do think it could have been better. It should have been
Hmm.
better, but it's still good. I like that a lot. Tepen is good. This I like a lot. This goes here. This I think it's good. And this I mean it's a comedy. Like it's not bad. It's just like how far can a comedy go before it's like I mean
I
Tepen.
feel
That's
like
how far a comedy can go actually.
Teppen. I was also going to say I feel like Konosuba was quite good.
Yeah, I feel like Isekai Oji-san is very, very funny. It hits its mark, but it is not like Konosuba or Teppen levels of like it belongs here in
Yeah,
that
this
tier.
this feels a bit more a balanced of a list.
Yeah, I feel like that's what I actually feel. All right, so that's the end of this one then.
Nice.
That moves us on. Yeah.
Will Ayumu make his move? Show more. Source. When Ayuma.
Oh shit, Fluffy's dead.
When Ayumu Tanaka falls in love with the only other member of the school's shogi chess club, Urushi Yaotome, he vows to confess his love for her as soon as he can beat her in a match. But this proves difficult. Urushi is nevertheless thrown off by Ayumu's aggressive style, and the two begin a cat and mouse game in both shogi and in life in this heart tickling romantic comedy.
Yeah, no, that's basically it. The plot is basically he's in love with her. He is going to confess to her as soon as he wins a game of shogi, but she is a pretty good shogi player, so he never wins. The funny thing about that, though, is he's so fucking obvious, like it's easy to read on his face that he's in love, that she knows automatically. So she's spending that time that it takes for him to finally confess, working out her own emotions about him.
Okay, gotcha.
It's pretty sweet. It's pretty cute. It's not like the
Cool.
best thing ever. B tier, absolutely. It belongs here. This is like the
Wait,
fact that you helped me separate those. By the way,
yeah,
like this feels much more natural.
yeah.
This is exactly where this belongs.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for helping me with that. That's the
I sh-
last one.
I should say there's one more picture down there.
There is one more picture down there.
What the fuck is that?
I can pull that up.
Why
Give
wasn't
me a
it
second.
the final bonus, the encore, the mystery anime?
Hold on. I'm going to close my stream for a sec so I can pull up that thing that I just deleted.
Hello, stream. Now you have nothing to look at but my face, and Purea has 4 eyes over here
What the fuck? Why do I have 4 eyes?
because the others are below.
I see.
I also have 4 eyes, but that's because I'm wearing glasses. Um,
All right, here we go. Let's
we
let's
have
go.
the same number of eyes in this one specific instance.
This is what we're talking about.
Okay, okay, that's one hell of a thumbnail.
Yeah,
I feel like you've told me about this before.
I
Yuri
probably have.
is the owner of a small estate in the countryside when a new maid named Lilith, a fucking course, suddenly appears in his life. He's determined to find out the truth about her. Although her identity and purpose are unknown, she works unnaturally hard, and her skills at cooking and laundry are so perfect it's almost scary. In addition, her purple eyes They're about to take you in. He thinks she's so incredibly mysterious that she must be up to something. And he's so suspicious that he can't focus on anything else, which is a problem. This is a story about a lonely boy and a mysterious maid developing a bond little by little.
Mm-hmm.
How is it?
It's it's good. I like it. I will admit though, and this is an important like addendum to this anime, it borders on Shotokan because he is very young and he is constantly telling his maid how pretty she is to her face and she gets very embarrassed about it. But that's as far as they take it at any point in time. It never goes beyond that. It is funny though. I think it's cute. It's just right up on that border.
Okay.
I would say I don't know. Probably here. It not a lot happens is the thing. So I feel like it's appropriate to put it here. It's like middling, along with all these other things that are sort of like middling. I'm not calling them mid, but they are middling.
That's what mid means.
Shut up. That's the
Middle.
last one, actually.
That's the last one.
Like actually the last one that I've watched.
My God, you've done it.
Yeah, I did it. I ranked your animes. Now you can complain about this all you want. I'm sure there's a lot of people that are complaining about the animes I haven't watched.
Yeah,
all
probably.
of them down here.
I see some that are like really popular. Though I can't see it that well. And I bet my stream is having a fun time at 360p.
It's probably not easy to see any of them. I'm glad that we read most of the descriptions.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of hard to read them.
I would say, I have another. If you just pull up a standard anime list, could we just look at and see what should you watch this season?
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me fucking...
Oh shit, the Firefox tab? Fuck, this is a brand new world.
I had to cut it close. You reminded me that I can't show people my Firefox tab.
Go download Firefox, all you fuckers. Oh, hey, you haven't set a custom background?
No, I haven't. So here we go. This is for this season. This upcoming season.
Okay. So yeah, you should totally watch One Piece.
No.
Only this season and none of the others.
Wow, episode 1036 is coming out?
Damn.
I gotta catch up.
This is... Apparently, if you just kept watching it, it would take like a month if you slept and ate. So if you have a month to set aside, you can watch One Piece. And if you did not eat, you could probably watch it in like 16 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that Spy Time's Family. I'm definitely gonna watch that. Chainsaw Man. People talk about this all the time, so I'll check it out.
Yeah, they do.
Mob Psycho 3. I'm absolutely watching. I love every Mob Psycho. Seasons 1 and 2 both belong in fucking S tier. This is gonna continue. What the fuck is this? I don't know. I don't give a shit. I'm not gonna watch that. I'm already watching this. This is pretty good, actually. It's definitely one of those ones that's inevitably gonna end up in C tier. I can tell off the episode. It's literally just the main character is a sword.
Oh, I thought the main character was like that girl with
no
eyes. No,
that is the sword wielder. Officially, she is the side character whose importance is simply because she wields the sword. That is the main character.
Women don't get to have fucking autonomy.
They have less autonomy than a sword.
Yeah.
Then we have Irima, third season. I'm absolutely watching that. This is when the story of Mighty Master Irima Kun really picks up.
I've never heard of this show.
No, this is an amazing show. The manga, I was the original manga reader for this fucking show. It is good. It is great, and it gets better after the third season.
What's
The
it
third,
about?
it's about a human boy who gets sold to demons by his parents because they are horrible fucking people.
Okay.
He then has to spend his days trying to pretend like he's a demon. Otherwise, the demons around him are going to eat his ass.
I thought eating ass was a good thing, but okay.
As time goes on, it slowly becomes more and more obvious that Iruma is not only pretending to be a demon, he's pretending to be a really cool demon. Because weirdly enough, he's better at being a demon than most of the other demons are.
Okay.
So the story of Iruma is that it's a human pretending to be a demon in order to survive, but he's actually kind of thriving.
Do you hear the squeaking?
A little bit. A tiny bit.
That's because I'm currently feeding a potato.
Damn. All right, Stone Ocean's going to continue. They're coming out with a second season of Uzaki, and they also put boobs in the fucking. They know their audience, I guess. They literally called it Uzaki-chan boobs. That's the second season. It's boobs this time.
Okay, but listen.
Yeah. I can hear the squeaky. This is actually a good anime. I'm interested.
One moment,
in
let
this
me walk over back to the computer. Like, what's up with Uzaki-chan? Oh, are you gonna
It's
watch
boobs.
Boruto?
No.
What's the other thing next to Boruto?
This?
Is that something you're interested in?
Not really.
What was the first season about?
Fuck if I know. Probably adventure drama, fantasy shonen, supernatural.